Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast with Seth Skinner and Jake Jones.
Hey everybody, it's Seth from Clear Shots, and today you're listening to episode 79. Please enjoy.
Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot.
Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast, everybody. I am Seth, the Patriot Eagle Skinner.
I'm Jigs Casey.
Wait, is that really the names you guys go by every time?
No, I just came up with that.
Okay, I was like, you really introduce yourself every time, the Patriot Eagle?
Well, I mean, it's gonna start. Well, it's gonna.
Yeah,
stick,
that's
so.
a new thing now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Zach. Always has your back, Patrick.
Yeah.
So if we're making up names,
Well, so that's established now.
We got that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is his first time on the show. So
Yes.
How do we initiate? I don't even know how we initiate people. We don't really do that, but
We've been friends with Zach for a long time. There we go.
and there we go. Now
I really don't. I've never considered either one of these people friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. No,
None of us really.
I've
like
known
each other.
Seth. I knew you since like middle school, but no one talked to me in middle
Yeah,
school. And then all of a sudden, I started dating your cousin,
Yep.
and that's how I know you, Jake. But I like
Yeah.
We hang out all the time. We kiss sometimes.
Yeah, dating
Kiss
his
once.
cousin is the best way to get to know him. Really,
That's
That's
how
how,
most people know.
because that's what I imagine when I'm dating Christy and giving her a kiss. I'm like, I can just imagine Jake's body pressed against me like you right now.
Well, that's the end goal, really.
Yeah.
Like, and you can smell a little bit of Jake every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I've been playing the 6-year-long game to try to sleep with Jake.
It doesn't. It's not easy.
I
No,
moved
it's
her out
not.
to
You would
Colorado
think.
and everything.
Yeah.
He was sending me letters. He was he was spraying his cologne on them.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even open them.
You would think it was. I tried to get him to jerk me off a couple times on this podcast.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
keeps
you and
saying
Aaron
no.
both did.
Yeah. But
Try to get me to go downhill
Well,
skiing.
you guys are trying to get the views. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could always blur it out.
Sex
if we had
sells. NSWF. Is that what it is?
NSFW.
Thank you.
To. Yeah. No.
That's what's gonna get you. Oh shit, we taking hits? Yeah, where'd my whiskey go?
You guys and your hits. Jesus Christ.
You don't.
Wow,
drink?
that's a second clear shot in a row.
Right. Well, I went to our good pal Andy's house yesterday to watch UFC, and I didn't want to go empty-handed, so I bought a $4 bottle of vodka and a $10 bottle of tequila.
It's in it's in like a Lego bottle. Like it's like a fucking.
Oh yeah, did you want some of them?
I was
in
at
like
the
a little
bistro
Tykes.
yesterday with my mom though, and I heard some old guy came in and said he came in and sat down. He's like, "I'll take the darkest liquor you have, neat." And I was like, that's just fucking badass. I was like, he's not ordering any whiskey or anything. He's just like, the darkest liquor you have, fucking give it to me
It's
straight
just
up.
it's just soy sauce.
Yeah.
Like,
It's 10%.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with soy sauce,
Some reason, every time I take a swig of vodka, though,
Is
it's
it in
like
a plastic
it's
bottle?
like
Yeah.
it's
like a
fucking
fucking-
classy, baby.
It's a little Tykes bottle.
it's baby's first vodka.
It's so you don't fall over and break it while you're drinking
It
it.
feels like it's probably one of the bootlegger bottles. It's like the same one.
Fucking
Basically,
bootleggers.
yeah. But that's like not bad vodka. That's $4
This
for
is premium vodka. it says.
yeah. It's recipe.
This is premium.
Yeah.
Premium comes in a fucking.
You've never had 21? That's the fucking top notch, baby.
I don't drink vodka.
They distill that at least 4 or 5 times.
I think it's 4.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's the apex of youth. It says. Holy shit.
That is such a
That,
fucking loaded
yeah,
jargon.
that's
dude.
such a lie because the apex of youth is when I buy a bottle of Svet and get the high school girls come over. You know what I mean, boys?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. No, I don't endorse that.
I don't endorse that either.
All right.
Let it be known that you're the only one that endorses it.
Getting high school girls to get drunk and
You know,
make mistakes.
speaking of drunk high school girls, I was seeing this
Okay,
meme
well, I'll
the
cut
other
you off
day.
right there.
Yeah, speaking of drunk
I
high
saw
school
this
girls,
meme. No,
this
it's
should
actually-
not be talked talking
It
about?
was actually kind of funny. So now, when we were all in high school, there was nothing like White Claws. There was no hard cider. It was all just wicked shitty, like Nikolai vodka or like shitty
stole
beer.
the cheap liquor your parents had.
Or
That's
that.
what you did.
But it's like there was
99 bananas or something.
Yeah. There was like a post I saw that was like, dude, high schoolers these days have it so easy. They don't have to drink UV Blue or fucking Nikolai or...
The ones that still want to get fucked up to, they still fucking...
They did miss out on the good old-fashioned Four Locos, though.
I remember having one of those at 15, and I thought I was having a heart attack. I
Yeah.
think that's why I had my first seizure.
It's
because of that.
definitely, they're definitely heart attack inducing, that's for sure.
No, Four Loko was just bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're like, imagine 3 Red Bulls and 10 shots of vodka.
Dude,
and we're
yeah.
selling it like it's an 8% liquor.
That was like, I don't know, back then people didn't care that much. They were just
People
like,
just
load
made-
shit up, dude.
But
Just
I
load it
remember,
up.
yeah, no, but that's
Fucking
'cause I
Sunday.
remember people had a bunch of Four Locos in the woods, and then we'd be out in the middle of like by the middle school, and someone would be lighting something on fire, and I'd be like, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
and they'd be like, come on, Four Locos.
Like,
Yeah, that was like the Jackass era, dude. Like,
Yeah.
people were throwing people around in shopping carts and shit. It's like,
I remember-
just drink a ton of Four Loko. Who cares?
when I was 14 was when they got rid of the caffeine in Four Loko. And I remember people were buying them by the case. They were buying a shit ton. Like you could still get them for like a year after they were pulled off the shelves. But I remember like every super preppy, annoying girl that I went to high school with, all the wicked popular ones, at least every month one of them would get alcohol poisoning from just
Yeah.
Four Loko.
I think that's like a coming of age thing, though.
Alcohol poisoning?
You need to like have one of those times where you're just vomiting, all your friends are laughing at you, and you're like, please, someone help me.
And you're crying.
Please,
a lot.
this isn't a joke. Help me now. And they're still just laughing, and they
Yeah.
leave you somewhere, and you're like, that's it. That's getting drunk.
Yeah.
To the point where you need like to drink a gallon and a half of water because
Yeah.
you just released all of your bodily fluids.
Because there's been lots of those times where you're like, maybe this is actually a medical emergency.
Yeah.
But everyone else is just like, come on, stop being a bitch
Yeah,
about
you're like
it.
fucking
Yeah.
sleep it off, you know?
And then I've seen too many people try to get up after that and be like, oh, have another drink.
Yeah.
I did
And
that
they just
once.
get more. Yeah, you've probably done it a few times.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
honest with
not
yourself.
gonna
You
get
don't,
into
yeah, you don't have to lie to me about
We
it.
tried to count the amount of times that I remember blacking out, and it was over 5.
Yeah, but isn't that the opposite of blacking out, right? If you remember it. I feel
See,
like the idea of blacking out is
The
like
only
not
true time I
remembering it.
blacked out, because I like that from like Always Sunny. They call it browning out because you remember part of it.
Yeah.
But I was in Colorado, and Colin picked me up, and it was just me and him and Rob D for like a weekend, and he picks me up a whole bottle of whiskey. And it's like Fireball or some shit. I don't even like Fireball, but he was like, I got you something to celebrate. And I start chugging it just on our way back from the airport, and I finished the whole bottle already. And then he's got more liquor, and we get so drunk, and then I'm in his room, I guess, and I'm taking a piss on his floor. And he was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I was like, I'm pissing in
on
your
your floor."
toilet. What are you doing? And he was like, you're pissing on my floor. And I was like, bullshit. And I swung at him for some reason.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be a
Did
full
he
fight.
dodge it? Did he dodge it? or-
No, he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training and shit. He immediately just ducked it and fucking took me down.
Pulls
double leg
guard.
Take down and fucking just beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I tried running out of his house. He lives in downtown Denver. I was running down Colfax, where a bunch of like homeless people live. And I was like, fuck you, I'm walking home. And he was like, you're in Denver. And then like a mile down the street, I like snapped to, and I was like, holy shit, I'm in Denver. And he was like, yeah, you just tried to fight me. I was like, I don't know what happened. That's the only time I can legitimately remember blacking out, because I don't remember a single part of that.
Yeah, it's not fun, man.
It's not fun when other people tell you. Like, it's fun at the time.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not fun
that's
when people tell you and you
yeah.
feel like they're laughing at you.
Or when
Yeah.
you just feel guilty.
Yeah.
I hate...
Well, you
I didn't
know
want
they-
to piss on my brother's floor. I felt guilty.
I mean, you know they are laughing at you, right? Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, they're always laughing at you, but you got to at the same time feel like they're laughing with you to be like, you still want to hang out with me again, right? I'm sorry about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm sorry I blacked out and made a fool
And
of
if they
myself.
don't, then you know.
I really
Yeah.
stopped
Cool.
feeling like super guilty about getting too drunk this summer because I started going to house parties again, and I would get home and I would wake up and I'd be like, oh, I got way too drunk last night, and then the next day I would the next day I would go out and
Get
I would
way
run
too
into all
drunk
those
again.
people and I'd be like, yo, like Frosty, man, I'm sorry I got way too drunk at your house. I felt like I was being a dick. And everybody's like, I don't even remember what
That's
happened.
the problem. That's because you have to
Yeah.
drink with other like huge alcoholics, so they
Yeah.
can be like, "You were at my house,
Dude, I literally
Like,
got
yeah.
that from I got that
Dude,
from
it's like people like that are sober. They're always like, dude, I hate fucking being around drunk people. Then get drunk.
Yeah, get
Like, what
drunk.
do you
You'll
do?
start loving it. Yeah,
It's fucking way
because you
better.
won't actually remember it, and you're not actually. You'll be like, "We were all drunk."
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I like Doug Stanhope's line. He says, I drink to have a good time because it's a fail-safe. If you don't have to drink to have a good time, good for you. But if I drink, I know
Then you
I'm
know
gonna
you're
have
gonna have a good time,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
He's just saying, but that's also a sad because he's just saying that so it's a block. So when he's like, "Yeah, I was being a huge asshole last night," you can still be like, "I was having a good time. Maybe you weren't. Maybe I upset everyone here, but I was having a good time."
I've seen that.
I
quite
think
a
that's
few
more of
times.
a selfish thing.
Yeah.
Fuck Doug Stanhope. No, I'm just kidding. I
Oh,
really
that's
like
rude.
Doug Stanhope.
Same.
He's not gonna hear this. Is he gonna?
He
might.
listens, I think.
He's one of your
I
listeners.
did email him once.
Yeah, he was talking about
Yeah.
how. Yeah.
Why did that turned my head? I was actually impressed by that. I'd be
No, I
was
talked to
like,
him once.
Really?
He sent me an email.
I was like, you emailed him?
Yeah, he answers fan questions and stuff, and we saw his. Wes bought me tickets to see him for my 21st, and we were gonna do it was like an open meet and greet, but it was like literally all of the Funny Bone was in line to meet him afterwards, and I'm like, I just want to go home. I don't want to wait in line for an hour.
Yeah.
Even though I love him, so I like emailed him, and I was like, Hey Doug, just saw your set in Syracuse. You're my favorite comedian ever. Keep doing what you're doing. You were wicked awesome. Sorry I couldn't stay to get my picture taken, but the line was really long. And he replied like 3 days later, and he goes, Hey, thanks for coming to the show. Glad you had a good time. If you really liked me, you would have waited in line.
That's even better though.
Yeah, I was like, I just got my shit roasted by Doug Stanhope.
You guys know Charlie. You know how Wes saw Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wes Senior brought up the FaceTime to Charlie Murphy's face and like FaceTime me and Christy in Colorado, and he was so pissed about the whole thing. He was like, "Get the fuck out!" of m-" And then like Wes was like, "Just say hi to my baby girl." And then
In the middle of the show?
no, it was
Oh.
afterwards. He was like, "Meet me," and then Charlie Murphy's like, "You better tell your dad to shut the fuck up and get out of my face." And I was like, Wes, get the fuck out of his face.
Yeah,
I was
for
like, he's
fuck's
got
sake.
security and shit. He doesn't care about your
Dude, Charlie
daughter.
Murphy doesn't fuck around. Or
And then he
didn't fuck
died
around.
like a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
Well, yeah, it might
you
not
know.
even have been a year.
That's how I'd
don't
like
think
to
it
go
was.
out, though. You know,
What, leukemia?
just early.
Yeah, just early.
Yeah. Like when people still have because
the
when
move.
people start remembering you when you're old, you just remember someone like old and raggedy.
Yeah.
You know, a grandparent dies, you're like, I don't really remember them besides like just being so fragile around the house. I'd
Yeah.
rather be young and in shape.
Yeah,
and
you
dying.
want to like go out being the guy like
Yeah,
get that
so you're
camera out of my face.
you're
you know,
really
like-
you're really fucking missed.
Yeah.
They're like, remember how strong
I
and
miss my
how
grandpa,
cool he
dude.
was. I miss my grandpa too, but still, he had a beautiful garden. It was in the Post Standard and shit. But still, the last moments I remember of him, it was him having cancer and he was fucking frail. And I was like, this isn't how I want to
Yeah.
remember my.
But that's when
people
you
I
know
love.
like he's made it when his garden's in the Post Standard. You know,
Yeah, fucking that's.
like that's
His
when,
garden
like,
or his garden?
You haven't made it in
His
a
rubber
Oswego.
guard is in the
Yeah.
Post Standard.
yeah.
Oh man! Speaking of rubber, so we did an episode.
Jake got laid.
Yeah,
We
I don't like that at all.
we did an episode with Wes. We talked about gummy bears. Conveniently enough, the place I work
What does
at,
that have to do with rubber?
just the rubbery, just started selling Black Forest organic gummy bears.
Well, we were talking about fruit snacks, but
fruit
they're still
snacks.
fruit
Yeah.
snacks.
Tomato. You know.
So I was thinking we could try one and see what the fuss is about.
You know I'm allergic, right?
Yeah, he's allergic to
You can
Black
have two,
Forest.
have two then.
To anything ham related, I can't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Bacon, anything.
lie.
I know.
Well,
you don't know that. Well, don't
really-
give me like a blue one. Do they have blue or is it just white and?
No, it's only organic.
Give me a pink one then.
They don't make organic blue, dude. Come
No,
on.
blue isn't even a natural color.
I don't like organic anything. I'd rather just have fake
Is
flavors.
there even a pink one in this bag?
They have it on the front
Okay,
of it.
empties the entire bag instead of.
You got a dog, right? We'll just toss those on the ground.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
eat those up.
Those are good for them
Is this
too.
supposed to be pink?
Yeah, that's my pink one.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
guess
it.
So. That's pink.
I don't know.
Do you
You're
want one?
just. I mean, this is just. Yeah. Okay. So
Let's see what these are like.
we have gum.
The detail on their face is actually really surprising.
Yeah, they have decent paws.
Oh, hey. I think they're filled with juice or something.
They're not filled with juice.
No.
For sure they're not.
I definitely didn't get any juice.
No, there's mega no juice.
You're just high right now.
I don't know
or
if
something.
there's. Yeah, you might have had juice already in your mouth somehow.
Oh, there's something inside of them. They're juicy.
Yeah, that's gummy. That's inside of them.
Yeah, it's just more gum.
Okay.
You
They're
know,
not bad.
you know what? I don't really like fruit snacks or anything like that or gummy
No,
bears, so
we
I
don't
didn't
either.
really like them. We don't either. We just bring them on the show to eat them and
No,
be like,
no,
we
no.
don't really like these.
Well, that's the thing is nobody really likes them that much. You know, they're just kind of like an
Like
extra
6-year-old children do. I remember getting fruit snack like
are actually pretty good.
the gummy sharks and shit from Aldi's when I was a kid. I was like, those were the tits. But
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I hit a certain age and then I just stopped liking them.
I mean, they got like those have like a little bit of a tang to them. You know what I mean? Can you feel like they almost feel like they're like they got that smoky flavor? You know?
Yeah.
Like that Black Forest ham.
Yeah,
You can really taste
I can taste the ham.
aged ham. It's got a good char on it.
They used to make gummy bears that had like a cream filling. It was really weird though.
You're making shit up again.
It was a Finding Nemo brand.
That never happened. Oh, I kind of actually know what you mean now. Because they were based off of fish, weren't they?
Finding Nemo.
I don't think it was Finding Nemo. I just think that it was when Finding Nemo was big.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna do a deep
Cash
sea,
in on it,
deep
yeah.
sea shark gummies or whatever.
Maybe
yeah.
the yeah.
A couple. Of
You should have brought
octopi
some
or whatever.
chips or something. I would have been down to taste test a few of those.
I had a bag of Cheetos.
I bet it's probably annoying.
I made
to
my
listen
lunch,
to,
and you said
to
you were
listen
on
to
your
people
way.
eat food.
Yeah. No. We're done with the gummies.
well, that's
But
what. Yeah,
You said you were on your way, and I was like, I only have hot dog buns at my house, and I was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and grilled cheese sandwiches with hot dog buns in my toaster oven.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you said you were on your way, and I was naked. And I was like, fuck, I gotta get dressed.
So
So
at
I
least
made
put something on. You know.
yeah, so I made my sandwiches and I wrapped them in tinfoil and threw them in the fridge.
Right.
So we can go to your house and eat after this. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't have any food at my house.
You just said you were making
well,
grilled cheese and PB&J's.
He's
Dude,
trying
that's
to.
all
He's
the food I
trying to
have.
keep it to himself.
Yeah, he's like,
I have-
that's what I have for the rest of the week.
That's
Like,
literally
this isn't
it
a-
is.
This
I have
isn't
to
a
ration
joke right
this.
now.
I
Zach.
have rice and sandwiches made with hot dog buns.
Yeah, that's
But I'm
pretty
losing
sick.
weight, so it's okay.
Right. That's usually what
I
happens.
thought
when
I was losing
you
weight.
don't have food.
I finally saw a doctor though, and I thought I was losing weight, and then he fucking put me on the scale. I was 245.
Wait, didn't you do it yourself?
Well, yeah, but still. Yeah, I was like moving it because I was telling the nurse, she was the one that was doing it. I was like, I'm actually losing a little weight. So I like put it to 210 and she was like, it's a little heavier than that. And I kept moving it like 10 pounds at a time.
She's like,
and yeah,
no,
I got
you're
up to
not.
like in between 240 and 250. And she was like, yeah, you're about 245.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like my mom was in the room with me for some reason. I was like, I'm not feeling good about
She's
this.
like, no,
Mom.
you're for sure not losing.
And then the
weight.
doctor also came in because I was like, I'm super anxious right now. He's like, we're the same age. And he was like, I'm a doctor. You're a failure. Oh, you taking hits off the vape? Yeah, do you guys take smoke breaks or anything? What do you do?
he steals my vape periodically.
Let me see that whiskey. Let me see my coffee cup. Oh, is that whiskey flavored too?
Can you
That
imagine?
vape juice? It's 30%, baby.
Yeah,
So we
it's
were
recipe 21 flavor.
yeah, it's acid reflux flavor.
Yeah.
We were talking on the way here about DC Cormier. Wait, no, DC Miocic 2 is next Saturday. So then we were talking. You said he has the perpetual dad bod.
Yeah, he just looks, but then
DC does?
yeah, he's like, he fucking just looks out of shit. He looks like he's winded by the time he gets into the octagon.
Well, yeah, it's weird because there are guys that are big, like Roy Nelson, who like under that layer of fat, they have like a fucking
Pure
20 pack.
just
Jo- is
pure
it Josh,
engine that can just run.
Ben Rothwell is another one.
But DC always looks like he's about to be like, hold on, boy. Like he's just going to tap out from exhaustion. That's what I always...
DC looks like a guy that's always, like, on his day off, he always sits at his picnic table.
Yeah, DC's such a weird, like... I don't know. He's a weird case.
But he was trying to say something about, like, dad... Like,
I had a hypothetical to bring up.
like Oswego dads that could fight him or something, and how many dads it would take to take him down. And I was like, he's still a heavyweight, like, he's still a belt holder. He would just start running through the dads here.
How many dads would it take to beat Daniel Cormier? And let's do dads we know.
You know that? I'm just saying that, you know that scene in The Matrix Reloaded? Where all the Agent Smiths get made up and like clash on the Neo. That's how it would be, but a bunch of old Oswego men. Yeah. And fucking Daniel Cormier, just burst out of there.
Dude, like in every anime ever has that scene.
Yeah. That's exactly how I was picturing it too. Like
I don't know.
And Daniel Cormier gets like a stick and starts running around.
So like if you think I honestly think if you cloned my dad 5 times and had all 5 of my dad rush Cormier, I think you don't understand how hard it is to beat up 5 guys at once.
That's what I think. I think it's a numbers game. So like you could like if you go 3, like if you even have 3 guys, like it's hard to handle the like.
See, here's the thing that I think though that a professional UFC fighter could do better than just say 5 guys are rushing up. If it's just 5 of your dad doesn't get punched in the face on a daily basis.
No,
and
he
if
doesn't.
Daniel Cormier just lands a haymaker, it's gonna lay your dad out. And if he's good enough fighter, he can fucking make those right moves and knock out like 3 of them, and then it's like a 2-on-1.
What if it's 2 of my dad, 2 of Seth's dad, and 1 Big West?
It would only need to be one of... You guys don't know my dad. It would only need to be one of my dad. And he could take Daniel Cormier. My dad just told me a story yesterday. A motorcycle ran into his car, right? And he stuck his hand... His elbow's all fucked up because he stuck his hand out the window and stiff-armed this guy off his bike, and the bike just went under his car and ripped his whole fuel line.
I thought you were going to say he stiff-armed the motorcycle.
What? No, he was like the motorcyclist. He was like, I was turning out. They overpassed the car they shouldn't. He was like, he must have been going 70 miles an hour. And he was like, I didn't want him in my car, so I stuck out my hand. But I guess he just straight up just like knocked this dude off his motorcycle. The motorcycle went underneath. And I was like, Dad, I don't believe you. And he's like, you don't believe me? Look at my fucking arm. But his whole arm looks like fractured right now. I was like, you need to go to the hospital or something. I was like, that's fucked up.
Your dad stiff-armed a guy off
of... for sure.
Off of a motorcycle.
Is he getting in trouble for it?
No, the motorcycle guy begged him not to call the police because he fucking went into the wrong lane and went around some guy going 70 in like a 25 and ran into my dad's truck. My dad's got a huge dent in the side of his truck and shit.
Yeah, at that point he's asking to be stiff-armed, you know?
Yeah.
That's okay. That begs another question. Would you rather get stiff-armed by Zach's dad going 70 miles an hour or get arrested?
Or stiff-armed by Daniel Cormier.
See, it already happened. You already got stiff arm, so I'd be like, I'll take the stiff arm, you know?
Right?
But before that, I'd rather just be like, yeah, that was my bad. Maybe you can get out with a ticket.
Stiff arm is like the best move, though, you know? Like, it's literally just putting your hand out.
Tell that to my
dad.
dad.
Works so effectively.
Like, literally.
Dude, he won. He won.
It's literally like from here up to here, though. It's just all black and blue. And I was like, what the fuck happened to you? He's like, oh, you really want to hear? You really want to? My dad.
Some shit went down.
And I almost don't believe him. I'm like, is that real?
I totally do.
Yeah.
I think he probably fell down the stairs.
I was like, did you fall or something?
He kicked his truck in frustration.
Yeah.
He fell down your stairs.
Dude, I fell down my stairs. Like,
we have a
last
police
week.
report, though, too, from when I was young, because my dad was late one night from work, and he only had, like, a beeper back in the day, and we were calling that beeper, and then finally got home at, like, 9 o'clock at night, and we're like, what happened? Where were you? And he was like, I got held up at the gas station. He was like, some 7-foot man, like, that was strung out on crack tried to rob my car, and he was like, so I jumped up, one punch, knocked him out, and then, but he had the whole police report and shit, because we were all like, you're bullshitting us, and he was like, it's all right here, I had to give my statement, and he had a copy of it, and we're, like, after that, I just never fucked with my dad again. I was just like, fuck that.
So, now the next question is, how many Daniel Cormiers would it take to beat Zach's dad?
None. Yeah, it would take, like, at least 10. 10 Daniel Cormiers.
It's a lot of Cormiers, dude.
Oh, man. But are you guys going to watch that fight?
I am gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
of
But my
course.
dad recently told me too, because Christy was over and we were talking about Big West. And he was like, I was good friends with his sister, Brenda. He was like, I remember Wes came over one time bitching about something. He was like, I smacked him right down. He started crying. He's like, I'm going to tell my mom. He's like, so I shoved him right in the dirt. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you were kind of a bully, Dad. You sound like a dick. And he was like, only when they needed it.
But Big West.
Big West is the biggest dick I know. And this can be recorded and heard.
Yeah. He knows.
He's kind of he loves doing it though, and he admits to it.
See, he loves doing it, but he thinks everyone thinks it's really cool. But now we're all like
older.
That might have been cool when we were underage and you let us drink in your house or whatever. But now that you're hitting on like Christy's other 27-year-old friends and being like, they'd still want to fuck me. I'm like, it's just creepy. It's creepy and weird.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Wes. Sorry, Big Wes. I love you, bud.
He's fine. He won't listen to it. He makes fun of us all the time.
Yeah,
he'll be sober. He'll be sober and be like, "Show me some of your podcast," and I'll show it to him. And then like 3 Coronas deep, he'll just start making fun of me about it. So
no, Wes has that high school ego though, like. Because he loves the shit out of you, but as soon as like one other person comes up, he's like, "I'm not actually hanging out with Jake." I'm like, "Jake's way fucking cooler than you." I'd rather be talking to. He's trying to be like, "I'm making fun of Jake." I'm like, "It's not funny though." I was like, "Because Jake's a better person than you." And I remember last time I was there though. I started saying shit to him, and he was like, "I'm going inside," and I was like, "Good, fuck off, Wes."
Yeah, if you go inside, you go inside.
Yeah, I'm like, you're fucking being mean to Jake right now.
Well, that's how he is,
out,
you know.
though,
Like,
right?
I feel
somebody
like,
sticks up for me. No, it's fine.
well, that's the thing. That's his personality, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
we love him. It's just
Which
he's
I'm
kind of
totally-
an asshole
It's his
sometimes.
personality. And he still talks about. He'll be like, "I was on the high school football team."
He's-
I was
he's
like,
kinda like Uncle Rico.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he's
all
Uncle Rico.
state, bud. Like, what are you
He
fucking
can throw a
doing?
football over that mountain.
Yeah, like, how much you want to bet?
I was just talking to somebody about Napoleon Dynamite the other day.
Yeah, because we talk about it all the time.
We do
dude.
talk about it quite a bit.
It was back when that first came out. That was fucking groundbreaking.
It was prime, yeah. It was
Yeah.
fucking. It was
But what
charming.
is it that people like about it?
That it's fucking. It's got actually zero story at all, and for some reason, it was like still entertaining. Like there was a cultural phenomenon. For
Yeah,
some
no,
reason.
that's when like awkward comedy first
Yeah, like,
came
it
out.
was-
You know,
it was like a
Napoleon
breakout
Dynamite was
thing.
like, yeah, a fucking front runner for that.
Yeah.
And like, I think a big part of it was not even Napoleon because he was like your classic nerd, but then you had people like Kip,
Yeah.
his cousin, that was like
That-
meeting up with the black
yeah,
chickens,
that-
and then Rico being like, "How much you want to
Yeah,
bet I can
yeah.
throw a football?" It was just, it all came together.
So do you think it's just because it was relatable?
Well, it was also like shot well. Like I felt like the whole atmosphere of the movie.
It was a good,
Cinematography
yeah,
was
it was
really
a good
good.
movie. It was put together well, but it was that first kind of just like a lot of people tried to do that Napoleon Dynamite thing, and then that just came off as cringy. But when Napoleon Dynamite first did it, I felt like it came off as like revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know, like no
I
one's
think-
doing this right now.
I think the actors don't get enough credit for it either, though. Like it's weird. Like I feel like they nailed it so well, and like the movie wasn't even really that good. It's just the way
it was the way it was shot and put together. Like
Yeah.
it was just funny.
Yeah,
But
and,
that's
like,
when
if
I
you-
first started watching, like, I don't know, and it felt like an indie movie too, even though it was mainstream.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like renting different movies from Blockbuster and shit. And I was like, I saw Garden State and shit like that. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
I think I have.
it's
Who's
got
in
the
that?
best soundtrack of any movie ever if you're into indie emotional music. But
I think I have seen Garden State. Actually.
yeah, it's like Zach Braff and he's like depressed and he meets Natalie Portman.
That's where I heard about it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Zach
No,
Braff.
but it was like those both came out at the same time, and that like got me into. My older brother actually did. We just started renting a bunch of indie movies from fucking Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like they were like, no one rents this movie, and me and Justin were like, let's rent it then and watch it. And half of them were good, half of them weren't. But Napoleon Dynamite for some reason blew the fuck up. Like everyone saw that one.
Yeah.
Dude, my cousin Brett used to babysit me, and whenever we'd hang out, he'd pick me up, we'd get McDonald's, we'd go to his house, and just watch Napoleon Dynamite every week.
But how do you watch it every week? Like, if you watch that movie now, you're like, there isn't a story. Like, the only story is that he goes to prom with that chick.
I think it's just
It's relatable things that you watched when you were younger, and you can still quote it. I watched both the Mortal Kombat movies this morning at like 1.5 speed. And it's just because I watched him so much as a child. I was like, every line like with Shang Tsung was like fatality. I was like saying that before him, and Christy's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And I was like, "It's just my childhood." Like and that's what Napoleon Dynamite is for a bunch of people.
We watched all the Van Wilder movies all the time. I was way too young to be watching those. I was like,
Van Wilder was another one of my favorite. I never watched like Rise of Taj or whatever. I just watched the first one.
The first one with Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah, you wanted to be Ryan Reynolds. You thought he was the coolest fucking guy ever.
Yeah, and then you realized
and like
he was
Harold
the bad
and Kumar
guy.
and shit. Mm-hmm. He wasn't the bad guy.
He was not a good, wasn't he? No, he wasn't a good guy in Van Wilder. He was kind of a dick.
He was kind of a dick, but he did good things for good people, and he even looked out for like the losers and stuff. He still hyped them up, and he got them laid and shit.
He hurt Tara Reid's feelings though, and that's why she.
Tara Reid was a slut in there. She was already dating someone and hitting on Van Wilder.
Oh, that's right.
Tara Reid was the bad one there.
That's a good point.
She was fucking dating some guy and started making fun of him, and then Van Wilder's like, "Well, I'm kind of cool," and she's like, "Well, maybe I'll fuck you." And
I like how we're talking about this like it's real life. We're like,
Tara Reid was the bad
she
guy.
was a slut. Like
Van Wilder was he took Taj under his wing, right? Taj was his new roommate.
Yeah, Taj Patel.
And
what's
then-
his name? I can't remember, but
Taj was his new roommate, and he was trying to get Taj laid. Is that what it was?
yeah, no, he got some big titty bitch to fuck Todd though. That was like the best scene. Taj,
Yeah.
not Todd.
That was when he
Thinking about my boss.
you're trying to Americanize him.
Yeah.
He lit his chest hair on fire, right? Didn't he?
It was something he was like
poured
massaging her or something, and he was using massage oil and like lit himself on fire. But still, that's the closest. He was like, Van Wilder, I want to work for you. He was like, I came to this country
That's what it was.
to see American pussy.
That's
He's like,
what
I
it
want
was.
to wax the gina and shit. And Van Wilder's like, I got you.
Do you have that movie?
Not on Blu-ray, because I got rid of all my DVDs for some reason. I was like, Blu-rays only.
Blu-ray's the shit, dude.
But I have a bunch of just weird Blu-ray movies. Like, I have both the Mortal Kombats on
Yeah,
Blu-ray.
like
Like the
So
only
not
ones,
anything good.
the only movies I have on Blu-ray are like the ones I really like. Like
Yeah.
for some reason, it's like reserved for like.
Van Wilder and
Yeah,
Napoleon
yeah.
Dynamite.
See, the only movies
I think I only have like 3 movies on Blu-ray.
when I was in
realistically.
Colorado, the DVDs finally got put. You remember the $5 bin of DVDs?
Yeah.
It got pushed out and it was all Blu-rays, but they were $3. So I was just buying them up, and they'd have the full like Predator series and all the aliens and shit. So I was like, $3 a pop. I was like, I gotta get this. I bought both the Neverending Stories. I think there's like 3 Neverending Stories, but I have at least 2 of them on Blu-ray.
There's
And
only
I just-
3.
I thought there was 4 or 5.
Well,
There's-
you
no,
would think
there's
that it would
probably
just be
like
never
6.
ending.
I knew
But
you were
like, there's 2 I remember from my childhood. I remember 1 and 2 because like the fucking rock biter. You remember that big stone guy? In the second one, he has a kid, and the kid's all dopey looking. It looks like that baby from Dinosaurs.
I've seen the preview for Neverending Story.
Yeah, you've never seen Neverending
I've
Story?
never seen
I've never seen the cover.
Neverending Story, the
the
first
cover
one's
always
worth
scared me as a
watching.
kid.
Is
I
it?
cried. I still cry every time there's a horse that there's this guy.
Does it not?
Atreyu. Atreyu's the main fucking leader, and he's got a horse named Artex, and it gets stuck in the swamp of sadness, and it fucking just slowly drowns as Atreyu
The
fucking.
Swamp of Sadness.
No,
Okay.
that's what it's called. And he was like, "Don't give in to the thoughts." He was like, "Give up, Art." He was like, "Don't give up, Artex." And this horse just drowns like the first half hour in. And if you're a kid watching that, that's fucking.
Yeah, you're scarred.
Not even a kid. I still get hit by. Me and Christy watched it the other night, and we were fucking bawling our eyes out.
Yeah.
And she,
Well, you gotta
and then
watch
she's
it
like,
one
we
and a
should
half
name our
speed.
next dog Artex and shit.
Well, yeah, that's the move.
We are also watching Taxi Driver. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah, with De Niro and Danny
and
DeVito.
Jodie Foster is,
Yeah.
and her name's Iris in that, right?
Yeah.
So I was telling Christy I was like, I keep having a dream where we have a daughter, and I like woke up and was looking for our baby daughter in her house.
Yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, but then Christy, so we see that the first scene where Jodie Foster's in it, and she like gets fucked by some dude or something. She's 12 and a half years old, and she's and De Niro's like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "It's easy." He's like, "What's your real name?" She's like, "Iris." She's like, "That's what we should name our daughter." I was like, after the child prostitute and taxi driver,
Yeah.
I was like, perfect.
But it's like, who would know? You know what I mean? You guys, it'd be like an
it's a
inside
little
joke.
Easter egg in her
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even know you were named after that skank Jodie Foster when she was 12. Trying to really sell it to Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good movie.
It was Christy though. So this is the thing. We watched that literally though. That same day, she had a new security guard that like had a PTSD meltdown and like started slamming his head against the desk. And then some guy, he was like, maybe you need some extra security on your delivery drives. And the guy like jokingly flexed. He's like, I got all the security right here. And he was like, you don't fuck with a fucking veteran. And like got in his face and was yelling at him while like patients were in the store and stuff. He immediately got fired.
I mean, you know.
And then as he was walking out, he was like, really? He was pointing at Christy and stuff. He's like, none of you guys have my back? And he was like, you're going to just let me get fired like this? And they're like, yeah, you scared the shit out of us. And then they had to do a bunch of fucking training for like, this is where all the panic buttons are.
Yeah.
In case he comes back with a gun. Here's what you do. Because they were really scared. Like,
Oh man, that'd
and
be a
then we
way to
watched
go.
Taxi Driver though, where he buys a fucking gun. He's like, you talking to me? And Chrissy's like, I don't feel comfortable watching this. I'm like, you got to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you
not-
got to finish Taxi Driver.
Yeah. It's
It's a
not
great movie.
safe though, you know what I mean? It's not safe to watch.
No, I feel bad for Chrissy's still kind of scared going. She's like, do you think he's going to come back? I'm like, I
Yeah.
fucking hope not. I'm like, I'm going to tell you, no, I don't think he's going to come back because I love you.
could.
I don't want you to be scared. But
Yeah, but you know where the panic buttons are, dude. It's
But
all
yeah,
good.
no, they lock their doors now. They buzz every customer in. They don't have them actually unlocked anymore. Just because
Good. That's the way it should be, though.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
shit.
yeah.
that's a hot. That's a
But
hot
still, all
topic,
because of
place.
one guy fucking freaking out. And then he yelled while he was leaving, he yelled at everyone though. He was like, I'm a veteran and I own guns. So like that would freak me
Well,
out
you
too.
know,
Yeah.
that's not a good thing to say.
Yeah, I
Especially
know.
when you're angry.
Like, God bless our veterans, but
Except that guy.
if you're getting fired and taken out of the store, I wouldn't be like, I own guns. I'll be back, you fuckers.
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
man.
Yeah, I gotta bring this closer because I'm leaning back now. I'm getting a little
Did you
drunk.
see that fucking dude that was like throwing pitches in like the speed pitch thing at like an MLB game or whatever?
No.
Dude, he was throwing like 96 miles an hour, and the fucking Oakland A's signed him.
Really?
Just some random fan that was throwing 96 in like a speed pitch machine.
God bless them. That's how it should all be done.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I guess he played in like high school or whatever, but he wasn't like a pitcher apparently. From what I read, he was like a middle infielder or something.
Yeah.
But he
That's
could
pretty
just
sick,
throw fucking gas, and they're like, "Oh, all right, well, sign this contract."
Well, you know how like the National Guard or something at like Harborfest will have like a punching machine?
Yeah, yeah.
And they'll be like, you punch really hard, you should join the National
They'll be like,
Guard.
yeah.
That's what they should
Even
they
though
should
it's
just have that
rigged,
for everything.
even though it's rigged as fuck, you
Yeah.
like barely touch it, and it's like, "Yep, you're a monster."
They're like, God bless
They're
you.
like, "Here's the UFC contract you've been looking for."
They're like, wait, you're strong. Yeah, but that's how it should actually be with a good
Here, you can
machine.
go fight
It's
Greg
like,
Hardy.
Dana, come on out. Like
Yeah.
Dana comes out.
Dana
behind the
White's like,
curtain.
I can see this kid's got a whole lot of heart,
It's
and
not
I'm
even
bringing him into the UFC.
It's not even Dana White. It's that guy from Always Sunny that was pretending to be McNabb.
Yeah. Eat fresh. He's got like the
Yeah,
fucking
Subway
flip down
Eat Fresh,
glasses.
yeah. Are we getting some Subway boys? I'm ready. You
Dude,
want
they're
a couple
fucking,
turkey
uh,
subs?
You
I
got
haven't
me on,
had Subway.
Got me on Subway.
Probably like 6 years. I haven't had Subway in all honesty.
That's 6 years long enough.
Yeah.
Fuck Subway.
long enough to know I got to get back and get a foot
Yeah.
long. Am I right, boys?
Yeah.
That's true,
$5.
actually. Well, they're more than that now because they can't.
All right,
afford it.
I'm against it. I'm against him and everything Jeff stood for.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, he's gone.
What was
right?
the Subway
Jared?
guy's name? Jared.
Jared Epstein?
I can't keep up with all the pedophiles.
It was Jared. The other Epstein guy killed himself.
Allegedly.
My theory.
Allegedly.
Yeah, my
Allegedly.
theory is somebody killed because he was in jail when it happened, right?
He was on suicide watch. And
No,
the camera.
no. They said he wasn't on it at the time. Like he
After
had
killed
been on
himself,
suicide
they put
watch.
himself on suicide watch after he was dead.
They're like, we're going to put you on suicide watch for 24 hours. Hey, we're back. Are you going to kill yourself? No. All right,
And
he's
yeah,
good.
and it's
Turn
like-
the cameras off.
Yeah.
and his cellmate's
Give him a
like,
rope. Give him a rope.
his cellmate's like, we're done with suicide watch, right? So I can like hang this guy, and they're like, yeah, go for it, bud.
All right, cool.
It's such a fucking dude. I wasn't even surprised. It's because they tried to kill him when he first got into prison.
Yeah, but why didn't he just kill himself before he did all the crazy shit, right? How about
How about don't be a crazy pedophile sex trafficker? and
or just kill yourself before you do that? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well,
I
that's
couldn't
not
imagine
what
having
he
that
said,
much
though.
money though, and people are, because I bet he didn't even believe anything. I bet they were like, we're bringing you 14-year-old virgins for you to fuck. He was probably like, this is crazy. I don't even believe they're 14.
Yeah.
He just went along with it.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Just
I don't think he gets points for that, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying,
he's not that cool for letting it happen.
He's not a pedophile under false pretenses.
Yeah.
Like,
unless, well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, if some other scumbag brought in, a bunch of underage girls, and you're just some rich guy that's like, I'm just paying for prostitutes. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on.
oh, you mean it like that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't think
No.
he was like, wait a second. He was like, before we do this deal, are these girls 13 or what? And then they're like,
Yeah.
fucking primo. I think she's 12 and a half. And he was like, perfect.
it's Jodie
Cool.
Foster.
Yeah, it's Jodie Foster, taxi driver. Little Iris over there.
That's
'Cause
what's
I
scary
think-
is that shit happens, man.
It does, and
many-
I think that's why I want to think the best of people. I'm like, he was just buying a prostitute, and they're sick bastards for having child prostitutes.
Yeah,
Because I
well.
never want to believe anyone's like, wait, I'm trying to fuck a child here. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
always just throws me off too much. I'm
That's yeah.
like, this
that is hard
I was
to
like,
believe.
boys, we can have a good night, but this is a little too much for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
How
That's
many-
always weird though. Like, why is it always little boys too? You know? what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. They fuck little boys. They fuck little girls. I'm like,
But it's like it
Well,
seems
it's
like
always-
it's more
they say-
often they
they
want to
say
fuck little
little
boys.
boys, yeah.
yeah,
like,
they
why-
say it's like a power thing, it's a control thing or whatever, but I'm still like, I've never, been having sex with Christy or something and been like, oh, I wish you were a little
Dude,
boy.
I wish you were a little boy.
Wish you were a
Like,
little
I've-
boy. You didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I could take total advantage of you.
Yeah.
It's never like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe,
like,
like they just like they like little kids, like
The
playing with
Greeks
trains and
started
shit,
that,
you
though.
know?
See, I
The
guess
Greeks
that's-
started
Maybe
that.
they like
Like,
Hot Wheels, you know?
maybe
they're into
that's
Hot
how we
Wheels.
know we're not actual pedophiles, because
Yeah.
we're not finding the fucking
Or
plus
they have
side of
like
it.
shared
I'm
interests.
like, we're all like, why are they fucking little boys? And we're like, I don't know.
Or maybe
but-
we're just covering it up. you
Yeah,
know?
some
Well, like-
pedophiles out there. He's like, but little boys, they got the best asses.
We get an
Yeah.
email. We get an angry email. Like, you guys
From
don't
Doug
understand.
Stanhope. he's like, I've been listening now.
I can finally put in my 2 cents.
Yeah,
You know, that's
he's like, I just want to say I make enough money where I can get into these Hollywood fuck parties where I'm
Yeah.
fucking young boys.
Well, maybe they do have nice asses, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't really check them out. But
I
it's
think
like,
we should go to the local pool, see if we can find some young
yeah,
boys.
like just look at their
You
asses.
guys want to do a top 10 mojo countdown of 12-year-old asses?
All right, guys, we're gonna go to the pool. We're gonna check out the little boys' asses.
Yeah.
We're gonna give them a grade 1 to 10.
I'm like little Danny Sharkey in Mrs. Miller's 6th grade class. He's definitely my number 10 spot.
yeah, he's killing it.
That's
dude.
not a real person, is it?
No, I
It is
made
now.
It is, yeah. I did use
I'm
like
sure
a
there
name.
is a real person named that, dude. You could
Danny
make a-
Sharkey. That's
yeah,
kind
that's such a common.
I
name.
mean, I really went off of this girl that I went to. Her name was Bree Sharkey, so I was like, maybe
Oh, yeah.
she's got a little brother now.
for
that I
sure,
can
and his
say
name's
has a
Danny.
nice-
Definitely.
Yeah, that he has
Fucking
a nice
man.
ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
man.
seems like someone who would have a brother named Danny. You know what I mean?
Well, she was always a slut. Am I right,
Yeah, yeah.
boys? No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually know this girl now. I knew her in 4th grade. And let me tell you, she kept her legs closed because I
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding again.
She didn't have. She didn't have as nice of an ass as most of the boys.
This
in
is
the
going to
class,
be the
though.
label of this podcast. Be like, we found a pedophile. He's making a lot. He's making a lot of sick kid jokes.
Authorities have
about,
been notified.
yeah,
Yeah.
Don't worry, boys, because we got him busted.
Dude, I guess
Fucking
they're
A.
playing a fucking. Next year, the Yankees are playing a game at the Field of Dreams.
Dude, we called it.
That is so crazy.
In the middle of a cornfield, like
yeah, well, they have
Kevin Foster or whatever. His
I
name
think
is.
there's the cornfield one like they shot the movie in, and then like in the same like on the same property they're building a stadium, or there is a stadium there, and they're like adding on to it or something.
adding on to it like 30 years later. I would have done
Yeah.
that when the movie came out.
It's weird. I think it's like Yankees Red or
It's
White Sox.
Yankees,
yeah,
Red
White
Sox.
White Sox. I'm pretty sure because they were
no, they're
talking
starting,
about
yeah, they're
the,
starting to
Joe.
try. They're making a new feud. They're like, anyone with socks,
yeah,
we're
any
against
Sox.
them. White Sox, Red
Sox
Sox.
is
I
a
don't
weird
give
thing
shit.
in baseball, and they always spell it with an
Why is it socks, dude?
SOX, dude?
No, I'm.
Why is it socks? Because everyone wears socks.
No, I feel that maybe it's because baseball is so old. Because it's the oldest sport that's played in America.
Well, the whole thing,
But like all the team names are fucking stupid.
yeah,
bullshit. They were playing like lacrosse.
yeah, but they got
You
Sox.
think you
dude.
forgetting about the Native Americans?
Yeah,
All right, that's
do.
fair.
Oh, you really want to fucking forget? Wow, I didn't know we had a racist on the show. No.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, what? That was. I
didn't
thought that
know
was
that.
common knowledge.
You didn't know Jake Jones hated Native Americans and everything they stood for. I worked for the
It's actually a pretty cool. Hang on, go
Well,
ahead.
I was just gonna say he's like a leader of like the Seneca tribe or something, but he's also a professor at Oswego and like a bunch of other SUNY colleges. But I used to babysit for him when I was a kid, and it's the boldest memory I have because he came in and he was all wasted, and I was like, Michael, you okay? He was like, another drunk redskin, and then he was like, let's go around the fire, and he like started drinking whiskey out of the bottle, and he was like, whoa, 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 whoa. He started doing that,
Jesus.
and his wife's all white and shit, and she was laughing, and
Does anyone ever make that sound unironically or like
no
not
one
making
does.
fun of?
I've
someone?
I
never
think it's
actually.
usually only at a Seminoles game.
Yeah, no, I just.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
true.
the only time I've ever actually seen anyone do it out of like a bad Looney Tunes cartoon or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, he was making fun of himself though. He's like another drunk redskin. I was like, I'm like 12. I'm just watching your kids. I was like, this is too much for me to handle. Yeah, but he was.
Wrap it up, dude.
No, he's a funny guy though.
This is what the stadium's going
Right
to look
here, let me
like.
take. What is?
Oh, I thought you were
what's the
looking up
flavor on that?
socks.
I'm looking up all the socks.
That's actually pretty sick. So the original stadium is going to be over on the right, and they're going to be showing a screening of the movie during the game.
How much did this cost you?
60, I think, for the mod, and then
Really? Just for
actually,
the
I think it
battery
came
part of
with
it, or
the. I think it came with the tank.
Do you just press this button to blow?
You
off
just
it?
squeeze the thing. It's got like the.
like this part. Okay.
You're dead.
We'll
He's
go
about-
on nicotine's what can handle it.
You'll be tripping in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I eat a lot of psychedelics, so it's gonna take more than that.
But yeah, there is this movie is like one of the only movies that makes me cry at the end.
What happens in the end again? Did they die?
No, because there's that part at the end where like Kevin Costner's character,
gay.
like his dad shows up.
Oh,
at the park.
yeah.
And it's like a younger version of his dad, and he like ends up playing catch with his dad and shit.
I haven't
It-
seen Field.
it's-
Half these movies,
You
like
have
the
to see
classics.
Field of Dreams.
No,
Well, 'cause-
I haven't seen it since because my dad, his VHS collection is astounding and should be in a museum or something. Because it's literally like both of me and my brother's old rooms is just filled with all his old VHS tapes now,
just
and he's
boxes
got
stacked
even
on the
more
wall.
of DVDs, but it's all the same movies that he's already owned.
yeah.
But that's how I like grew up. Like Field of Dreams, I've seen it a ton of times, but I haven't seen it since I was like 9.
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a long. I've seen like scenes from it and stuff recently, but that movie, like,
It's
as
a classic,
sports
you know.
movie,
If you build it, they will
Yeah.
come.
I think that's one of the best sports movies ever.
I would say
Probably
Space
the
Jam,
best.
but
Yeah, well,
yes, I
it's
mean,
a little.
come on.
Yeah,
No, come on,
thought-
Michael Jordan coming back from the Wizards or
Well,
whatever he played in to play with the Looney Tunes.
The Bulls?
I think he was with the Bulls at the time. When
No,
did
he
it
was
come
playing
out?
baseballs or whatever. Not Wizards. Wizards when he came
No,
back
no,
to basketball.
it was
Who was
after
he
he had
playing
come
with?
back to basketball. Cause no, he played baseball, then came back to the Bulls as 45. Number
I love
45.
how they made fun of him and they were like, Michael Jordan sucks at baseball. Let's all watch him.
Yeah,
And then he
I
was
don't
like-
remember like what he looked like statistically, like when he played baseball. I think he played in AAA. I think. Didn't
Whenever he did that, he was still like, he was making fun of Bugs Bunny and shit. And I was like, you got a lot of nerve, Michael Jordan, thinking you're better than
Mm-hmm. I remember
bad
people
at,
talking about how like he had a good swing and shit. And, like
Played
he
in the-
wasn't that
he played in the
bad.
double A's. He batted 202.
That's crazy though that you can be like, well, 202 is not good. That's just above the Mendoza
If
line.
you're, well, no, his like, but that's a true story. His like father played or whatever. But if you were the all-star player that Michael fucking Jordan was on the Bulls, and then all of a sudden you could be like, I want
I'm
to be a
just gonna go play
professional
baseball.
golfer.
Yeah.
CM Punk did it with WWE. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm a WWE
Except
wrestler,
for he
and
lost.
well, yeah, he got, but that was Michael Jordan in fucking
Yeah, I
baseball.
guess.
He got destroyed.
That's true.
But
I
he
mean,
was
you got to
like-
give it a shot. You know.
He was like, I can be an actual UFC fighter, and Dana was just like, you got a lot of heart. I see that. That's what basically the owners of fucking any
That's
MLB
where it gets
team.
weird. Is like Dana would just, like, gave him the chance just because he had a name, but it's like, dude, like guys have to work their way to that spot.
No,
Like,
exactly.
That's why a
Dana,
lot of people
anyone
were
with a
pissed.
name, Dana will just get. Fucking John Jones has like killed 3 women now or whatever,
But the thing
and
is-
like just done a bunch of steroids. And Dana White's like, he's still a champion.
Yeah, but the thing is, people wouldn't have been so pissed had he won his fight.
CM Punk?
Oh, CM Punk.
Oh, for sure.
Well, yeah. Then they would have been like, Dana White,
Dude, Dana, you're the smartest fucking dude. Like,
But yeah, no, he just got his ass beat, and then he's like, "We're putting
Yeah.
him in another one."
yeah.
But it's just it's
a-
name
had
recognition.
they had him fight the tiniest of cans, and he
Yeah.
was it was like Michael
Michael
Jackson.
probably.
I think his name was
Michael
Mike Jackson. And
I think
he
it was.
fucking it was like a 30-25
Here's
fight.
the thing, though.
And
Yeah, it
Dana was
wasn't-
so pissed at the guy for just like
Trouncing
fucking
him.
with him. Well, because he could have knocked him out in the first round, and he didn't. He didn't. He wanted to be a
Well,
dick.
that's the thing. I feel like if they gave me the kind of training I could get for that, I could beat CM Punk in a fight. And I'm
Yeah.
a fucking epileptic kid. Like, I just feel like I feel like CM Punk, even Dana White maybe. No, Dana White looks like he could kick some ass.
Dude, have you ever played as Dana White in UFC?
Yeah, you
he's like an
kicked- you-
89 over.
you
Oh, I fucking
destroyed
destroyed
me.
you with Dana White. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like an 89 overall, dude.
Wait, Dana White is in the game?
He's in UFC 3. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
No hair.
no,
They got
hair.
rid of all his
He's in
hair.
every single weight class too, so you could play.
But
as
like
Dana White
CM
against
Punk, I
Mighty
honestly
Mouse.
feel like I come up to CM Punk with a good amount of training and win that fight. I just don't think
I
he's
would-
an actual fighter. I think he's an entertainer.
I don't know if he. I mean, he definitely trained for the fight, but like I don't know what he had before that. Like,
Bullshit.
I think most
Could
of
you
his.
I'm just saying, could you imagine, like, because he had 7 months of training with
Yeah.
actual good fucking UFC training?
Yeah, yeah.
Could you imagine training with them every day and then going in and making that kind of performance? I'd be putting my fucking heart on the line.
I think he probably wasn't in the shape to fucking like train with those guys like that.
How
guys
could you
at that
not be,
level.
though, after you fucking, you know what you're doing?
He took quite a bit of damage being a professional wrestler, and he was also like old. He was like 30.
That's what I mean. Like I think he was definitely beat up a little bit, especially from training with fucking professional fighters. You know.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Like you're
It's
changing
one
the
of those
profession
things,
completely.
though, that you shouldn't be. You should be like, okay, maybe I can't fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
Because no, he really thought he was gonna come and fuck shit up. He thought he was gonna be like the next champ, and immediately some low level guy just destroyed him.
Well, it's like you almost have to think that, right? You can't go into it not thinking that.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'd go into a Wicked Kai and be like, I'm here to be the best.
There was a different
But
level
after,
of hubris. For
like,
him,
if
though.
my training partners were beating the shit out of him and I couldn't out grapple them, I'd be like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
I think it was also he was carrying over his character a little bit too. You know,
yeah.
in some small way, he's carrying that fucking the WWE.
he fucking
personality.
climbs up onto the top of the octagon and
Yeah, yeah.
fucking tombstone
Starts
someone.
Well, like what
The Undertaker comes out
Dropping
and fucking
elbows and
starts
shit, yeah.
destroying his
like
competitor.
what Zach was saying with like if you have a name it sells. Greg Hardy's a wicked good example, even though Greg Hardy's winning, but he's also fighting like pretty low level guys.
Yeah,
And
Alright.
all of
Real deal though, I need to take a drag of cigarette. Can you guys pause this or keep going and I'll come right back?
I mean, I guess
do you want to keep going or pause it?
we can take a break.
Don't worry about it.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break.
I'm not even gonna smoke a whole cigarette. I just need a little nicotine so I don't freak out.
All right, we'll wait for you then.
Never mind. Oh, never mind. I do have my cigarette. I was like, never mind.
They're in your.
Forgot
they're
Are
in
we
your
never
jacket
minding or not
pocket.
never minding? I mean, we have to take a break at some point anyway.
Yeah. What's the time of the? What's the time say at the top there on all the way?
about it. 53.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
it's
good.
about an hour. We're good.
53:26.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
53:27. Yeah.
All right, people, you can listen to a word from our sponsor. Clear Shots is sponsored by Podcoin. What if you could get paid to listen to podcasts? I know that sounds really crazy, but it's actually possible. We just discovered this new free app called Podcoin, and it literally pays you to listen to podcasts. You simply listen to podcasts and you earn a virtual currency called Podcoin while you listen. Then you turn that Podcoin in for gift cards at places like Amazon or Starbucks. Or if you're a good person, you can even donate that Podcoin to charity. All you have to do is download the app right now on iPhone or Android, and when you sign up, you use our promo code SHOTS. You get 300 Podcoin just for signing up. So go listen to Clear Shots or virtually any podcast on Podcoin and sign up with the promo code SHOTS. All right,
We're back now, and we're talking about child porn.
Now we're back.
God damn it, no.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've done it like the last 7 episodes.
We did talk about it with Dave the one day.
Yeah. We'll put that on the back burner for now.
Yeah. So
I got Xbox Game Pass. That
Finally.
was pretty cool. It was like $1, and I was like, wait a minute. Why do I have a year of Game Pass all of a sudden?
it
for
attaches to
$1?
your gold. I'm
I
pretty
just
sure.
have.
I wish I would have known that.
I just have a PlayStation, but I have that PlayStation. It's fun getting a game. I don't download them though
Is it-
because my Wi-Fi is so bad.
They have a subscription thing, or is it like a streaming?
Well, it's like you have to have PlayStation like Gold to actually play online with people.
Yeah.
But also they give you like 2 to 3 free games a month.
Yeah,
just for
yeah.
like being a part of it.
You gotta level up, dude.
I got a couple of games from it, but
No, they gave me Detroit Beyond Human or whatever.
yeah.
But I literally, my Wi-Fi I just steal from my grandma, so like it'll be like a 10 gigabyte like download, and it'll be like, this is gonna take you 28
That'll be
days.
done in yeah.
They're gonna be like, this
That'll
is gonna
be
be
done in
done
a
by the
couple
next
months.
time you get a new free game.
Game Pass for Xboxes. They have Xbox Gold and then they have Game Pass. And Game Pass is this subscription service where every month they add like 5 games, and there's probably like 100. I think there's like 180 or 190 games to choose from. It's like Netflix.
They used to
Basically,
do that
yeah,
with
yeah.
PlayStation. It was like
PlayStation
PlayStation
Now.
Now, and I got that just for like a free week, just so I could replay all the old Sly Cooper. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
ever played Sly Cooper.
I saw it because they had God of War like 2 or something, or the first one maybe.
I
don't
played
think
all
it
the
was
first God of
one.
War, but no, then they had like the PlayStation Vita games I never played too. They had like God of War Chain of Olympus on there and shit. And I was like, I might as well.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
know,
play that one.
I'm paying for this free PlayStation Now.
Yeah,
Chains of Olympus was pretty cool.
but I was like, dude, like $1 for like a whole year of a bunch of free games. Like, fuck, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
So I've been playing Sea of Thieves, which is crazy. Actually,
like it?
Yeah, it's actually
I
really
know
cool.
I see stuff about it. I remember talking to my friend about that. I'd be like, could you imagine? Like, because I always wanted
Dude, it's
to
an
imagine
open
that
world
they-
fucking pirate game. Like,
Yeah, I always imagine something like that. I'm like, could you imagine if we actually... Because that's how I was, like, explaining to my brother what World of Warcraft was. I was like, this is what... I was like, people are just coming together. I was like,
Yeah.
you sell your own stuff. I was like, people are making these actual civilizations and,
Yeah.
like, making their own towns. And that's not how World of Warcraft
and,
was
like,
at all.
No, it's
what
more
I-
like Ultima.
Yeah,
one thing I
but
noticed
lied
is
to
that
him.
the community is not toxic at all either.
No.
It's so cool because you join a crew and like everyone will be literally like you have to have teamwork. So like you'll have like a dude like pulling the sails down or like a dude like pulling the anchor, and then another dude like steering, a guy with like a just glassing, you know.
Just glass.
But like, dude, we were fucking just sailing around for like 2 hours, and like through the spyglass, someone saw a fucking like a kraken, like a bunch of fucking tentacles coming out of the water. And as we got closer, there was a ship inside of it. Like
Already getting
so,
fucked.
so like we started like they have like megaphones you can pull out. And so when you talk into your mic, it amplifies it out to the people that are farther away. So you can be like, "Oh, we mean no harm. Like we came in to try and like save them and shit." It was so intense,
That's
dude.
sick.
It was so nasty. And then what happened was we got close to try and saving them, and the fucking thing pulled us in too. So
You know what game?
But I think that's what, like, they need to make an MMO more like that. That's just like, no one benefits from just trying to go and like fucking kill someone and teabag them. Everyone's trying to help each other or something.
yeah,
It would just make such a great game. So where if you meet some stranger, it's not like, I'm gonna fuck them up and ruin their day.
It's like-
it's more like, I'm gonna help you.
that's
yeah.
the thing is like at least in that like you see people like trying to help each other, whereas in like GTA or something, as soon as you see someone else, they're like
They chase you
they
down.
gun
They
you
have way
down
better
immediately.
shit than you,
Yeah.
and they just destroy you.
They're like RPG guided missiles or some
if
shit.
I was gonna play like GTA 5, I would want to do like a role play server.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Do they have though? Like
do have-
I'm always
Where
playing
you,
on
like,
console.
you have to, like,
you
on-
have that
on
kind of
com-
like
on
options
computer.
when you're on a computer or
Yeah.
whatever to like
Yeah.
actually talk to people. But I'm always on console and I don't
Yeah.
even have a
I
microphone.
want to get it for PC just to have like the extra. You
Play
know,
as
like,
Motifa.
Yeah, that too.
I'll show you Motifa when we hang out later. after this.
Does he have a fucking hefty set on him?
Pretty sick, yeah.
That's what Jake just shows me a bunch of gay porn whenever we hang out.
Yeah, and he doesn't stop either.
And he doesn't stop, and he keeps looking at me and see if I'm getting hard, so he can take advantage of me.
He even feels sometimes to try and see if you're hard.
I believe me, I know.
There's a game on Game Pass you should get, though.
Anyways, there's a game on Game Pass. I'm not actually raping these guys.
Let's get off this topic. Get off the topic.
Called The Outer Wild. The Outer Wilds. Did I talk to you about this already?
No.
It's, I talked to you about it, didn't I?
I don't think so, but I like it already. I played The Woods a little. Or The Forest.
The Forest is sick. The Outer Wilds, you play as, like, this alien guy, and the whole point of the game is that this alien species, they like explore their solar system and try and figure out, like, you know, what happened to all the extinct tribes in their solar system. And you start the game off and you get in a spaceship and you just travel around, and it's like a puzzle game. But what happens is, like, 25 minutes into the game, the sun explodes in supernovas.
Classic.
And then it does a Groundhog's Day thing where it restarts. So the whole point of the game is trying to
Find Bill Murray.
Save the world before the sun explodes.
You got to find a way to stop the sun from exploding, yeah.
Oh.
And it sounds really hard and complex, but it's pretty cool.
Why don't you just go to the sun and, like, tell it?
You can go anywhere in the solar system. You can actually eject from your ship and fly right into the sun and burn up in the atmosphere. It's like the first thing I did.
That's a good move.
Just tried to go in there like Superman. Just fucking punch through this.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something Superman would do. He'd be like, the sun's going to explode. I'll just punch right through it. And
I'll just
and
punch
destroy
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's even tried that, really.
Yeah. No one's
funny.
ever...
Superman gets his power from the sun.
No, I thought he would get...
No, he does.
He does?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why he's so strong here. Like, back on his own home planet, he's not as strong. But when he gets here, he's fucking lifting up planes. And shit.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a real person, in case you guys didn't know. He's not... I'm talking... I'm like, yeah, that's how he gets all that power.
Well, are you sure? I mean, I've never seen him, but...
That's what I wanted to write about, though. I want to write some, like, superhero character, but he's based in Oswego, and he's just some crazy guy that, like, wants to stop crime, but there's nothing really to do but to, like, stop a drunk guy from making a menace.
Yeah.
And he immediately gets arrested, and he's like a Batman thing. He's like, don't take off my mask! And he freaks out and kills everyone in the Oswego Police Department.
What the fuck?
Or he just decides
I
to
got
be...
a script writing. It's going to be great. Just wait till I
So
make
it's
it
like
into a
it's
movie.
like Hancock, but like homicidal.
It's Hancock, but he doesn't actually have any powers. It's like Hancock and because Taxi Driver. That's what I was watching that the other night. Because he just keeps getting that gun. And he makes his own gunsling and stuff. I'm like, this is what my character would do. He'd go out there and like he'd find some like meth user. He wouldn't even be selling meth. It'd just be some guy who'd be like, I like smoking meth, and my guy would beat the shit out of him, and they'd arrest him for that.
All right, let's cast this movie. Let's cast
His
this movie.
power is...
Billy
he's the
Harrison
homeless
is
man.
my main character.
Yeah.
He is the superhero.
It's
Wes is the main villain.
clearly
Yeah.
he's like the chief of police.
Yeah, he's the chief of police.
All right, who were Seth?
But he's also a child rapist. If we're talking about Wes Senior.
Are Seth and I just Seth and I?
Yeah, no, you guys are like helping Billy. You guys are the only ones that actually know his true identity.
Yeah.
And like you're making him switchblades and stuff. And I'm imagining you have a garage for this.
Yeah.
And for some reason you're also into like metalworking and stuff. And you make him a switchblade, and he fucking stabs the chief of police, which is Wes Jones with it.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
could
like
see
the
that.
big ending. He's like, even the police are corrupt. And
Yeah.
because he finds out Wes is like fucking kids with Doug Waterbury or whatever.
Stop saying last names.
That last one's the only one that really matters.
Well, still. All right, so we all know there's child perverts in Oswego,
Yeah.
right? So he's going around, he's trying to kill these people, but he's
So
realizing
it's just
killing all the
they have
child-
help from Billy Barlow.
Yeah. He's also the mayor, so everybody knows.
The mayor's there, and he's prostituting children.
This is all a screenplay you're writing?
Yeah, I've been writing it for weeks now,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
cool.
gonna be good.
If you need any peer editing, just let us know.
Yeah, please, I
I'll,
would love it.
I'll actually.
I want this to be a collaboration.
I'll do the intro in Blender.
Yeah.
Jake, we could not do Bill Harrison, and we could just have you'd be a good main character too.
No,
Yeah.
I think it'd be funnier if like Seth and I are just like if we turn it into like a 10-part Netflix series, and like the recaps in between episodes is us talking about current events on the show.
No, you guys will be like two news anchors or something. And
Yeah.
Be like, once again, the Oswego masquerade or fucking.
Yeah. Oh, and then we're pumping propaganda out for
Yeah.
Bill because
Bill's paying you, and he was like, the city government's been trying to shut this vigilante down, but he can't.
we'll call him the Pussy Slayer.
Yeah. And the first scene's just gonna be Bill fucking nailing my girlfriend.
Just slaying her. With shoes. With awesome
This is
shoes.
gonna be this is a doozy. Fucking A.
Look,
So I had another hypothetical for you guys, and I am on the edge of my seat for Zach's answer.
Well,
But the hypothetical
You
is
look like you're not on the end. You look
I
like
can't get on the edge of this seat because it's a circle.
It's got a bar.
gave me the best seat. That's the problem.
I don't like sitting in that couch.
Really? I like it a lot.
He doesn't like it.
I don't like it. If you were the CEO of Disney, what would be the first thing you would do?
Have a bunch of money. That's
Like
the first
no,
thing I
as
would
far
do.
as like movies and whatever.
Oh, like remaking a movie?
Or making a new movie or making
Angels
a
in the
TV
Outfield.
series. You would remake Angels in the
No,
Outfield.
I would just put it out to every platform ever.
I'd do something with like something for the kids with Down syndrome. You know, they need something.
Like have a retarded.
My dad works with a lot of retarded people, and I feel like they're not represented enough. And I know that might sound like a joke, but I'm being dead honest.
No, that's actually.
I would make.
I mean, they definitely aren't.
I would make
represented
some
enough.
movie for like special needs people to be like, all right, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
because. Well, my dad always tells because he works for what's it, the Association for Retarded Citizens. It's ARC. He like builds houses for them and stuff.
Whoa, wait a minute. They can say retard?
No, they still say retard. Yeah, no, that's part.
How
of
come we're
that's-
not allowed to fucking say it then?
You can, because I'm telling you right now, I've talked to lots of retarded people. The
Yeah.
retarded people don't care. It's other fucking.
That's
uppy
what I
people.
think, yeah.
They're like they're just chilling. I'm like, we call them retarded because that's what they are.
Yeah.
I was like, unless you're like you fucking retard, but if you're just like, well, he's a retarded citizen.
Retarded means slowed. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it means. I don't think the
No, it's just it's
people that
something.
are
But no,
disabled
he
care.
works for that. Like, because I've said that multiple times, and people are like, you can't say that. And I'm like, my dad has done more for the retarded community than you've ever done in your
Yeah.
life. I'm like, he builds them houses from the
Yeah.
scratch up.
my dad helps retards.
Yeah, yeah. My dad helps me, dog. You don't tell me what to say.
You're living vicariously through your dad.
But no,
Yeah.
I think, like, do you remember that movie with Johnny Knoxville? And he, like,
The Ringer.
The Ringer. Yeah, he played a retarded.
Yeah.
But, like, a bunch of retarded
He
people.
fixes the Special Olympics. Like,
Well, yeah, a bunch of retarded people actually commented on that, and they were like, it just feels good to be represented in a movie. And I feel like they would love to see that in a
Yeah.
Pixar film or something.
yeah. I mean,
It's just, maybe it's a little too close to home because, you know, I'm retarded, but.
well, I mean,
No, I
it's
think you know what the problem with that, and it's a wicked good idea. The problem with that would be, like you said, other people that get offended.
Exactly.
It's like
yeah, but who cares? Like, honestly, at this
the amount
point,
of people that got super mad because Sesame Street created an autistic character. Dude, people freaked out because there's a Muppet with autism.
yeah, but I think we're at like a point where like people are starting to get to the point where they don't care anymore. Like, they don't
Also,
want to hear the people's outrage anymore.
Yeah.
Second thing I would do is make Disney World into, like, you know, like a BDSM
Yeah.
sex slave
For
shop.
sure.
That's the answer I was expecting.
I want
Have like have like the whole thing
Just like a-
BDSM or
just like a
I not
mecca
like I
for
just
it.
want to make like It's a Small World, not tell anyone, and then you go through and it's just like a couple dudes fucking each other in the ass. Yeah, and be like, this is what your kids need to know about
Yeah,
today's
yeah.
America.
you call it Tragic Kingdom instead of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's tragic. And I just go over all the fucking horrors that, you know, the American people have had to live through.
You go to the Star Wars world and it's just
Do they have a Star Wars? Well, yeah, they're Disney now.
Yeah.
I think they do have one now.
Yeah,
Like a full.
they actually there's a thing on 4chan where they're all obsessed with the girls that play as Rey, because they have actors that are like they're not stunt doubles, but they look like
But
the
yeah,
actual actors.
they have to play
And they
them.
and it's really creepy because they're obsessed with the women. And it was actually on the Star Wars subreddit too, where they had a vote on which one.
It's literally just cosplay. Like, that's all.
Yeah, they're like, which one's the best one?
It's cosplay, but then
they
there's a
like
bunch of
stalk
creepy
them
guys
and
being
shit.
like, I would never fuck that girl, and be like, that girl would never let you fuck her
Yeah.
anyway.
Why are you even?
That's
like,
always
it's
like
not
a Reddit,
even an option.
A Reddit
Yeah.
comment's always like, yeah, that bitch is ugly. And I'm like, who are I'm like, you're basically me saying that behind a computer.
Yeah, it's like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Like every one of them. That's how I picture all of them.
That's how I feel about when I think about Reddit, I think everybody is just a worse version of me.
Or like every incel board ever. You know? Like that's
exactly.
They're all the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
They're like, I think we should be allowed to rape women because I can't find one that actually likes me.
Yeah, women suck. I'd rather talk about it on a computer than actually try and go out and get women.
I'm like, because if you're really that bad of a guy, I'm like, you just sound terrible. Because I'm nothing fancy.
Well,
I've still been always able to get a girlfriend or something.
It's like they're not trying to help themselves either by talking about it on a fucking message board.
That's what I almost want to tell Vinny. Can he hear this?
I don't think.
But I almost want to tell be like, Vinny, you're almost an incel. I'm like, the way you talk about women. I'm like, you hang out with them and pay for a date, and then you're like, why isn't she blowing me? And I'm like, that's why. I'm like, I have a different attitude about it.
Well, actually, I read a book about picking up women.
Why doesn't he just come out and say, blow me? You know what I mean?
Why doesn't he just come out and say he's gay?
Or that. That could work, yeah.
Well,
he tried to blow me once, and I told him, I said, Vinny, I'm sorry. No.
He does it every time he comes on here. He tries to do
has Vinny been on this show?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, he tries to blow us, but it's usually during
every time he tries to blow us.
He like opens his mouth and starts moving.
He like starts on, and then when somebody calls him out on it, and he was like, "Guys, come on, I'm just joking. It's just the boys,
I was just kidding, dude.
Yeah,
the camera's
I
off,
didn't
right?
really have my finger in your ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't all the way in there.
But then he's always like, smell my finger, and you can tell it's been up his own ass.
Yeah. Well, you know the smell of his ass for sure.
That's why. No, I was most upset. I really don't even want Vinny to hear this, but I was most upset when he went down to Florida and like visited Big West, and I was like, "Is your life really that bad? Where you're like paying thousands of dollars to go hang out with some 55-year-old man that's just talking shit about you the whole time you're there?"
It's like, yeah, you're just gonna see him anyway in a couple months, dude. Relax.
I'm like, Vinny, you could have spent $30 and bought a bottle of whiskey with me, and I would have hung out with you for the weekend and not put you down as much as Wes did. Like,
fucking A.
But you can't tell that to him. He's a very sensitive kid.
Well,
I like your keyboard a lot.
Yeah, it's got colors and such, you know.
Yeah, no, I told you my favorite color. I like your computer too. I told you my favorite color is red. We changed the lights to it.
We have to accommodate
the red fucking soundboard.
Yeah.
We're getting.
I need more red.
The red light on the monitor or on the case.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's got some red on his shorts right now.
Yeah. I wore these.
I got my red undies on. Oh, do I?
I don't even know if I'm wearing underwear.
I don't think they're red. Oh, they are red. Holy shit.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Dude, we need more red in here, though.
Yeah, you fucking need red this week.
I am slacking on the red. I was thinking that the other day. So anyway.
I was thinking that
do
the
you have
other day
TikToks?
before I've even been in.
TikToks, baby. You know what TikTok is, right, Zach?
It's like the new Vine.
Oh, yeah.
Christy watches them and shit.
I don't remember
It's always
which
a bunch
ones.
of just like Asian people doing weird shit.
Yeah, it's.
Have you noticed that? Or is that
I don't
just
go
me?
on it.
I think that's just your algorithm.
I've never been on it. It's just it's YouTube videos. Christy shows me. She's like, these are just like Vines.
Yeah.
And then it's like them like
There's Kylie too.
they're just throwing fucking like ping pong balls into cups and looking at the screen and like.
Well, yeah.
Like-
I had a thing about her, too. I actually commented on the post, so I'm going to find that while you're scrolling through the TikToks, because it was a fucking mess, dude.
Yeah, there's a couple. Well, I'll play this one first, because it has music to it, but...
I love a good like if it's well
I
edited
don't know
and
if I
stuff
can-
and actually has music that matches up.
Oh, God,
like
no.
video.
No. Okay, I can't let them hear the
Oh
music.
shit!
We'll
Look
get
at
pulled.
this fucking guy.
So this is what they call a duet. So like one person can post a video and then you can kind of reply to it,
But
on the
just
other
post
side.
a whole nother video.
Yeah. So like you're basically like
This is
making
gonna be
your own
Wes
video on the
Senior
other
in,
side
like,
of it.
2 months.
So there's a video of a cop driving by, and then there's this dude with like a mullet drinking a beer and then flipping off the cop, just being a badass. You know what I mean?
Fuck you, bitch. When he's not even near that cop.
And he's
at
just
his
drinking
own
a
house.
beer. Like,
Well, I mean...
I
that's
really
the
like
move.
that one.
This is
I
what
don't know
we
who
should
that
be
guy
doing
is,
then.
but he's actually really cool.
He's
this
definitely
person,
from Florida, though.
this person got Dr. Pepper.
Say hi. Say hi, mommy. Hi.
Yeah, that's it.
Why?
But this person does the same video every time, and I like her a lot.
Hello, everybody. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. I'm having a happy day. Woohoo! Woohoo!
That's
I'm
the one that
having a
needs the
happy
Disney
day.
movie.
But do you see that guy? Like, he looks mentally retarded or something. But there's plenty of people like that on social media that will post videos like that. And I don't, like, me, myself, I'm like, I don't think I look mentally retarded or anything. I was like, but I don't have the confidence to actually like, Airsoft Fatty, I was watching that whole thing. And he was like, because I used to play with lightsabers in front of my front yard with my brothers all the time, but he's posting those videos online.
And he's my age.
I'm like, we would never have the balls to do that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, no one wants to see this. And he's just somewhere out there, he's like, people love this.
Well, I mean, that one person was just excited about the Dr. Pepper. So, I mean, I can't blame
But still, can you
them,
imagine you recording a video and actually posting that for people to see it? Like,
that's the thing is, like,
especially
they do
if I
it.
knew I was overweight and stuff, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm not trying to get that.
And then they
abuse.
for sure get a ton of comments that are not nice, you know?
Yeah, they're
I
probably
don't remember
like,
what these two are.
Go
but I
kill
wanna play
yourself,
them now.
fatty, or something.
What
I
the
would start
fuck?
crying.
This guy.
I am single and I don't know why. I'm cute and I'm not very shy. I do have money. And I do have a car. We can go anywhere, near or far. Like I said, I'm single.
Like, that looks like a fucking filter on his face or something. That doesn't
So
look
that was like
his
a little
real face.
Yeah. Well, that's his real face. But that was a little poem that he wrote.
Exactly. Could you
I
imagine,
don't
though?
remember this
Like,
kid either.
and this guy, he's got an extra fucking chromosome.
Fuck off.
Oh, so he's eating a cup. So he ate the whole cup. You know what I mean? So that was pretty good. I like that one a lot. And it does look like he's eating it.
Go back to the other one where he... no, that
guy?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's a good looking dude, right?
Yeah, like, can you...
I
I like to see videos like this and then just imagine, like, how many people have came to this.
I'm
Yeah.
cute and I'm not
Well,
very
for
shy.
sure, all of
I
the
do
people
have
have
money.
come to this.
And I do have a car. We can go anywhere, near or far. Like I said, I'm single. Hit me up if you want
He
to
doesn't even have a car, he's got a straight truck.
He's saying single, single, single.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I had to look him up to see what the fuck he was saying.
Well, he's definitely single. Just because, you know, you can tell. But he does have his shit together, is what he's trying to say. He's trying to say he has his shit together and you should date him. Is basically what he's saying.
Do you have any Shoe Nice ones saved?
I don't have
Remember Shoe
ones.
Nice, Zach? The guy that used to eat a bunch of fucked up shit?
Yeah,
He has a
Christy was really
he
into
has
him.
Yeah, he has a TikTok now, and it's fucking bad.
Well,
dude.
that's the thing is you could just go to his TikTok page and you would be able to see all of his videos and shit. Like he it's funny because he's basically he like eats, you know, sticks of butter with the wrapper on him, and he's like, oh, here's a McDonald's burrito.
That was the
time
worst
to fucking
one. Dude, he ate a Big Mac with the wrapper.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking gross,
I'm more
man.
impressed.
No, it was not good.
No, you actually don't want to do that.
You don't want to watch it. It actually was that. Like, I have no problem seeing like dogs kill each other or people die,
But
but like watching a guy eat a Big Mac with the wrapper, it makes my teeth itch, dude. I hate that.
Yeah, I think he just I honestly what I'm surprised the most by is the fact that he's not dead after all the shit that he's eaten.
Yeah.
the amount of stuff. I always thought he was Will Sasso at first. Just fucking in hiding.
Yeah, he could be. I mean, I don't know.
Like,
I've never seen them in the same room.
Exactly. I still don't think it's Shoe Nice. I just think it's Will Sasso. Like, my Mad TV career fucking plummeted, and I'm trying to get some views.
Yeah, like I don't even know what Sasso does now, but he like I don't know if he does like movies, like if he does like extra parts or whatever, but I have no idea. I think he is working on something from what I heard, but I wish they would just bring back the fucking 10-minute podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Or just do a full-blown podcast with Sasso and Dalia and Callan.
Just everyone from the Mad TV crew.
So
You remember, have you guys ever seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the one she plays like Joan Calamezzo? She's just like the drunk girl. Like she was a big part on Mad TV.
Oh, yeah.
And I just forgot how funny she was on Mad TV because we were like watching old ones of her skit, and she was like Stuart's mother or whatever. She'd be like,
Yes.
Stuart, don't. But that woman's
yeah.
that woman's super fucking funny, and she never
Mo
got
Collins.
she never got enough credit though.
What else is she in? She's in something else.
She's in weird little bit parts everywhere, but she's never actually a main thing and everything.
There's the
But her
Loud
and
vehicle.
yep, the
I
auto
still
vehicle.
do her in Parks and Rec because one point she's wicked drunk and they're like, "You ready to go on?" She's like, "Let's hear it for the boys." And like every time Christy's like, "Are you sober enough to do this?" I'm like, "Let's hear it for the boys," and it pisses her off.
I was
but
watching some Mad TV the other night, actually, because...
it's still because it's not bad,
No, it isn't bad.
especially for a sketch comedy show.
There's one with Bobby Lee and Will Sasso, and they're like acting like they're gay to try and get in a couple girls' pants or whatever, and they do it for like 40 years or some shit. Like, time just goes
fucking
by.
each other.
It's fucking hilarious. Bobby Lee is like super underrated. I feel like that dude needs a comedy special.
Oh, for sure.
I think a bunch of people like. I was watching. I don't know. If, there's like a Mumford and Sons video, but they did it, and they had like Will Forte play the bassist, and like Jason Sudeikis is one. It's like just all a bunch of comedians. But I was just watching that, and I wasn't thinking about Jason Bateman or Jason Sudeikis or like Ed Helms that was on it. I was just like,
Yeah.
I feel like Will Forte doesn't get enough credit for how fucking funny he is.
Yeah.
I was like, because he's in a bunch of weird bit roles, but they're always super memorable. And that's, you said you hit up Doug Stanhope. I almost wanted to be like, can I look up Will Forte and be like, whatever you're doing, bud, just keep doing it, because I'm proud of you. But
Yeah, he's in like that sweet spot too, where he's making a shit ton of money, but he's not like he's a producer on a lot of shit too, though.
Yeah.
he
I think
writes
he
a
was
lot.
in. I think he like produced that '70s show. Like he was one of the writers or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's where he like started getting big, and he did that show like a couple years back, The Last Man on Earth for.
see,
ABC
I
or
saw
something
that
like
on Hulu. I wanted to watch. I like
It was on
watched the first
Fox.
episode. I think it was it was like Fox or
Yeah.
something like that.
It was
But it's on
alright.
Hulu now.
I don't like
It was pretty good.
I don't like who's the girl? Margaret Shaw.
She's the girl that plays
From,
she
she
plays
Bob's Burgers.
Step Brothers.
I can't fucking stand her, dude.
Yeah.
She
She's
annoys
okay.
the shit out of me.
That's just because she's ugly.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Not the one from Step Brothers.
Have you ever
the,
seen a hot girl that's funny though? Like, name one. Actually, I love Sarah Silverman.
I'd fuck Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
Not that
I
I
totally
would
would.
ever get the option to, but
Yeah, you
I
can't
think,
say that
I
'cause you
think
never
if I
had the
actually
option.
met her, I could charm my way into slipping it in her.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of confidence I have, boys. Just letting you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
letting you
that's what
know
you
that.
that's how he got my cousin.
So, anyways, I'm dating Jake's cousin,
Oh,
and I would love to fuck Sarah Silverman. No,
I'm thinking like speaking of like the writing and producing, there's like a lot of comedians. I would think that they make a lot of money from writing and producing, and there's
Yeah.
actually one of the guys from Sleepy Cabin, and he used to be all the guys from Sleepy Cabin are doing stuff except for two of them, but like remember Newgrounds?
yeah.
So like there was
Do I ever?
There,
was
Psychic
the
Pebbles, the guy with a really annoying voice. He actually does storyboard work for Nickelodeon, which is fucking insane because he used to make like super,
that's good, then.
super like rated R NC-17 cartoons online.
They just came out with a new like short Rocco's Modern Life thing. Have
yeah,
you seen
Wes
that?
said it was good.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
Fuck Wes. No, I'm just
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Well,
shit.
that means it was probably
Yeah.
all right.
Ashley probably told me it was good, right? Fuck that bitch. No, I'm just
They'll listen. They'll definitely hear this.
They definitely will hear this.
Just kidding, Wes and Ashley. I love you.
Well, too late. You're in the hole now.
Yeah. Don't worry. They know me. They know what I'm up to.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I never liked Rocco's Modern Life, so I probably won't
Really?
watch it. It was before my time, man.
Because Rocco's Modern... Well, it was before my time, but I remember even watching that when I was 6, and I felt like... I remember I would always watch reruns of that, and then Invader Zim was coming on, but I always felt, I was like, this is too smart a show even for me. I was like 10 or 9 or whatever, and I was like, this is too smart for me.
Yeah,
I
it was like
this
it
is
was like
better
Rick
than
and
me.
Morty, dude.
Yeah.
You have to be really smart.
Rick and Morty, though, if I was watching it when I was 8 years old, like I can comprehend it now. But, you know, I wish I could watch Rocko's Modern Life right now.
In modern times.
In modern times.
Because
well, that's what the new
life.
special's about. They're like
So
they're
like,
in space, and then they land back in the 21st century. And everyone keeps telling them, they're like, go back to the fucking 90s, you fucking losers. And they're like, I don't know what to do.
What? They moved ahead like 10 years.
Yeah. 20 or something. But that's the thing. Yeah. Because now it's like, I think they went off the air like 1999, and now it's 2019 or whatever. So
Yeah, that's
20-year
so
jump.
weird, dude. Like thinking that 2001 was that long ago. Like, what
Right,
the fuck?
yeah.
I thought it was like the other day.
The people born 2001 are now like buying cigarettes and shit.
Dude, that shit is crazy to me.
Right?
I'm like,
I
how
just
were you
remember
born-
9/11 is still in the back of my mind.
Yeah. I'm like, how the fuck were you born in like 98? I'm like, dude, I remember that being a year. Like
That was the weird thing though too. Last night we got home, we were playing D&D, we got home at like 2:00, and I put on just like YouTube to like put something on, and the first video was like my reaction to 9/11, and it was just a 30-minute video of like the towers going down, and I watched it like for 5 minutes, and Christy was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm
just
really not
watching.
sure. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was like, should we change this? She was like, you should have already changed it.
No. Once you're locked in, you're locked in.
I know. Well, that's what I was about to watch, that 30-minute video, but Christy kept literally every 30 seconds. She was like, I just don't feel comfortable about it.
I
sure
watched a
don't.
pretty crazy video of 9/11 the other day.
So this is what that's turning into, right?
No, it was it was talking about how this guy was doing like a video documentary, and he was doing like he recorded video tours of New York City, and it's actually like the only footage of the first plane hitting the World Trade Center. And it was
Dude made some
weird.
money, dude.
Well, it's the thing is because it had happened before.
That's all you have to do to get rich, dude, is just watch a plane hit a super.
Well, do you
famous
remember
building
not
and
like
kill a bunch of people?
our yearbook after that in Kingsford? And then I talked to someone else. They're like, our yearbook was the same thing.
It was me.
Yeah.
Because it had a Statue of Liberty on it, and it was like, we will never forget. Like, that was everyone in America's yearbook that year.
Jesus.
Like, that became a cultural for everyone's like, do you remember where you were at 9/11? And I was like, I fucking
It was
do
like
though.
songs about it and shit.
Where were you?
I'm like, I can't remember half
to
the. I can't remember where I was when like my brother's first child was born or anything like that. But 9/11, I remember my teacher dragging in that TV and being like, "You guys want to watch the second plane
Yeah.
hit the fucking World Trade Centers?"
I don't think they said that, but they was
She didn't. She didn't know.
It was along the
but
lines.
no, I remember her bringing in, and she was like, something bad's going on. And then when the second plane hit, my mom came and picked us up, and me and my brothers were laughing. We're like, we're out of school early. This is awesome. And we didn't get the full grasp of it until later. That like, hey, something serious just fucking happened.
Oh, we get to watch TV.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I get to go to my mom's salon and hang out. She had a back room where we fucking watched old VHS tapes. I was like, this is a sick day. I was like, 9/11, baby, fucking
Dude, yeah,
Hang
9/11. Fuck.
I was a big
9/11.
Yeah, I was a big fan. And then, and then I found out, I was like, oh, people died today.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, at least
But
I got
that's
to
the-
go to fucking. I got to go home and play N64 for a little while. I only lived a block away from my school, so I could just walk home and then play fucking WCW.
I feel
video
like there
games,
was
you
like
know?
worse travesties like in our nation that happened that like should be like, where were you when we fucking stormed the beaches of Normandy or something?
Yeah.
But
We
that
were
doesn't
burning
happen.
the boats, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm
they
saying.
were, yeah.
Everyone remembers 9/11 and like what, 2,000 people died tops? Like, not impressed.
Yeah,
you
big
know?
deal, you know.
I'm trying to see some nuclear explosions.
Right.
So
yeah.
anyway, what I was gonna say was that so many planes and stuff had already hit 9/11. They had hit the World Trade Center before, They glanced them or like there were bomb threats. I mean, I think it was like a year or two before 9/11 happened.
Oops, I think I just nicked that building. My bad.
All right, whatever.
My bad.
flying
We
way
got a
too-
little bit more.
I think you're flying way too low if you're fucking
No, never
accidentally
mind.
hitting towers.
Yeah, he's like, Charlie 7, we're flying a little low here. I think I just glanced the World Trade Center.
Whoops.
I'm just kidding. I was listening to you, Jake.
I skimmed the top, you know.
That's fine. Well,
I wanted to hear it,
it wasn't
but all
interesting.
right.
All right, yeah, and I don't think it was interesting. So anyway,
So, anyways, we getting something to eat after this, or like, what's up?
no, I don't think that.
I don't have any money.
I told you, Chrissy's got money. She just got paid. She's paying for herself, boys.
No,
But I
so-
told you I was gonna get a double cheeseburger after this, and there was a guy in the Fast Track parking lot, and he was parked in 4 spaces, and I just shook my head like when I was walking into Chrissy's car. He was like, "You want to give my wife a dirty look?" He was like, "You shake your head at me," and I was like, "I didn't even look at your wife," and I was like, "But I'm shaking my head at you
now
right
I'm
now."
definitely shaking.
And now,
my head.
and he was like, "I don't care. I did something wrong." I was like, "If you know what's wrong, why'd you park like that?" And he was like, "Why don't you mind your own fucking business?"
Jesus.
And I was just like, "Why is this guy so angry?" And then Chrissy's like, "We'll go get you a cheeseburger." And I was like, "I can't even eat a cheeseburger right now." I was like, "Let's go get Jake."
I'm
And
so
we pulled
fired
into.
up.
But then this guy followed behind us and like zoomed up on Christy and then went into the other lane. So I like flipped him off. But like when
You
we
should have
went to
stiff
pick up.
armed him, dude.
And I just stiff
Should've
armed him out of the car. They're like, "You think you're driving right now?" But yeah, Jake was like, "Why are you out of the car?" Because I was like huffing and puffing, like next to I was ready to fight this guy.
He was pretty amped up.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother story for a
Would you
whole
say
other
you
day.
were mostly huffing or mostly puffing?
Mostly huffing. Definitely. I
That's
was taking
actually
a lot
more
of breaths
intense.
in because I was
Yeah.
trying to calm myself down.
Yeah, that
You
is
know,
more intense.
I'm
though.
better at like taking in air than I am at putting it out, and everyone that knows me knows that.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys, right? You
Yeah,
guys
I'd
know
say
that.
you're a huffer.
Yeah, I'm more a huffer than a puffer.
You have a lot of duster, empty cans of duster all over your bedroom.
I don't know, dude. I'm a pretty good puffer.
You
I
guys
would
ever
say.
do duster?
duster?
Yeah, like you ever suck the cleaning agent from a can? Should we go buy if you can't? We can get at Walmart right
don't
now. We can
think
get
so,
fucked up
man.
on this.
No, I don't.
I only did it once.
Am I missing out?
My
or
buddy
is
used
it-
to fuck a girl that used to huff hairspray.
I don't think you're. What's your buddy's name and what's that girl's name?
I'll tell you when we're off the air.
Yeah.
But no, you do it and like it's like 10 seconds it lasts and your whole world just wow 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 wow.
That's
But
pretty
the
cool.
the first and only time I ever did it, I like didn't know what I was doing. I huffed half a can, passed right out, and threw up on my buddy's dad's recliner. And I just woke up and he's throwing his whole recliner outside. And I was like, "What are you doing to your recliner?" He's like, "You just fucking threw up all over it. This is awful." And then I was like, "Guys, I don't think duster's for me." I was like, that's the only time I ever did it. I was like, "Guys, I'm sorry," but I was like, "This
I'm
is
not
just,
a duster guy.
yeah."
It
I was
sounds
like,
good. It does sound good for you, though. You know what I mean? Like, or at
It's
least
definitely
like a-
not good for you, but if you're like 15 and can't find weed
Yeah.
and you want to be like, I'm
Well,
I'm
I think it's
getting
like
high.
it's a moderation thing. You know, like you got to do
Yeah,
it like once in a while.
I mean, if you were gonna do something like that, just do like some nitrous whippets that you can get from a head shop
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
and crack them open. Don't actually do computer cleaner.
Well.
Because nowadays too, they put like Epicac in it, so you like it makes you throw up.
wicked vomiting.
Yeah, they're like trying to get, but like whippet containers, you can just like crack a few of those up, put them in a balloon, and you're like,
Yeah, it's always cool when things induce vomiting. You know what I mean?
yeah, it totally.
That's why I don't do Robitussin anymore.
Because you're a bitch.
Have you ever done Robitussin?
Yeah, how about just don't
You
throw
think
up?
I've
You know?
you think I haven't been robo tripping my entire life?
It's fun, but it sucks for like the first hour and a half because you take all that in and your body's just
You
like,
think
this is too much.
You think I never got prescription codeine cough syrup and waited until I was not sick to just get fucked up off it?
That's what I used to do. That's what ruined my life.
Well, that was actually a lie from me, and I'm upset with you now. Jake, this is an intervention,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this
we
is why we brought you here today.
tones
Look,
have
you're
changed.
knocking back 21 vodka.
Yeah.
It's just the next step. What, is there no more in there?
No, he wrapped it up already.
Yeah, I'll wrap this up. I'll show you the real wrap up, boys.
Holy shit! How did you drink all that?
Do a Cuervo.
Oh, let's get a little Cuervo out.
Damn, there's a lot of alcohol here all of a sudden. What happened?
Yeah, I still got like half a coffee container of whiskey.
I didn't realize there was this much.
I told Jake's like, "You want to come over?" And I said, "If you fucking get me so I'm throwing up on Seth's, living room
Yeah.
floor."
You need to induce vomiting. Is the first
Yeah.
thing. That's usually the
That's
requirement.
another video I just recently saw. It was like on Trash or something. Some woman was recording, but it was like a group of kids, and some kid definitely had alcohol poisoning. He was just puking all over a parking lot. And she was like, and she was recording them, and she was like, I scared all these kids off and called 911. But who would do this to someone? And everyone's like, I can't believe they would just leave their friends like that. And I'm like, that's exactly what happens when you're 14 and drinking. Your friend starts throwing up, you make fun of them.
And then you laugh, yeah.
Yeah, you laugh and you're like, let's try not to get the cops here. And she like called the ambulance and stuff. I was like, so you gave him a $10,000 bill because he's throwing up in a parking lot? And I was like, you're the bitch here.
Right.
You know, I'm like, he's not. I was like, that's just kid shit. I'm like, let him die if he really wants to. Make it a fucking travesty. But otherwise, just fucking let him live his life.
Yeah.
You know, like some kid jumping off the bridge. I've had plenty of friends that have killed themselves.
Jesus.
It's just a travesty, though. It's not like
You mean tragedy?
no travesty.
What's a
Well,
travesty?
I think they're the same thing.
Exactly. If you don't know, you shouldn't be asking.
Well, they definitely are different words, right?
Yeah.
You look it up because I know I'm not speaking wrong. I know that.
Well, I'm thinking tragedy, and you're saying travesty.
Well, he put a V in there.
yeah.
Yeah, he mixed in a V
Because
somewhere.
I'm not gay like you. You put a G in for gay for tragedy.
yeah,
I put a
yeah.
V in for vagina.
a travesty is like a caricature.
Yeah.
You're thinking tragedy, dude. Like
I'm thinking of a
No,
travesty.
I don't know. I feel like that's
Yeah,
not true.
let's. Do I have to look this up? And
Let's
bring
all
it
look
on
it up
screen?
separately, and we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
we'll see what really happens here.
I don't even know why I tried.
What does your say? What does your say at like?
Oh my god, where's my phone?
You don't even know what a caricature is, so
It looks like it says a false, absurd, or distorted representation of something.
a
Synonym.
travesty. Exactly, it's a false and absurd, distorted representation of life. When someone kills himself, it's a fucking travesty. So, fuck you.
I think tragedy is still the better word.
Tragedy might be the better word, but I'm
yeah,
intellectual. All right,
yeah,
I think about these kind of things.
Yeah, I feel like tragedy is like when I think.
I'm just gonna say I don't think any word is wrong there. I think they both work, and I think you're just jealous.
You mean out of those two words, or just any word?
any word in
Any
general?
word. I think most words could work there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking travesty.
It's a democracy.
It's a fucking democracy.
Well, it is a democracy.
They
yeah.
voted on him to kill himself. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some chips up here too.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, those are good ones. They're dollar store
It looks
chips.
like a prop. Like
They're all the
they
same
look
chip,
like
dude.
prop. They are all the same chip.
So why would you buy the expensive ones?
I make them myself.
I wonder if he's uploaded recently. For some reason, YouTube doesn't let me know when he uploads.
Well, you gotta hit the.
Never got famous. I
You
gotta hit the bell.
notification bell. By the way, everybody hit the notification bell on our page, not his.
The actual science of ghosts, the ultimate top 5 of all time. He's been pretty busy. I have the bell notification.
All right, guys. So now that we're here and we're doing a top 10,
Now that we're in the full swing,
what are we gonna do top 10 of?
top 10 favorite science fiction action movies.
Science fiction action.
Ooh, that's I don't know. I don't think I could do 10.
You can't think of 10 just random sci-fi movies
Is
you like?
Predator one?
Well, Predator's definitely a sci-fi.
Matrix.
Matrix definitely
Equilibrium.
one. But that's the thing. I would also put fantasy in that because Conan, growing up, that was one of my favorite movies.
So sci-fi fantasy.
Yeah, like sci-fi fantasy.
favorite
Your
ones?
top 10.
10. Jesus.
Even growing up too, though, like the first Men in Blacks and stuff. I loved Men in
True.
Black.
You
Yeah,
gotta put
Alien.
Blade Runner up there.
Alien,
Yeah.
Blade Runner, definitely. Fucking.
What was that one with Edge of Tomorrow where he keeps reviving himself?
Oh yeah, that had Thomas Cruise, right?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever saw that.
that one's cool. Every time he dies, he comes back to life and it
I didn't
resets.
see
Even
Yeah.
when I was younger though, and like I Am Legend first came out, I thought that was a wicked cool one because
Yeah.
like at the end they made him like the bad guy. Like all the actual mutants were like scared of him. They were like, "You got to watch out for this fucking black dude that's killing all of us."
Yeah. I think there's 2 endings to that movie though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there was an alternate ending.
The actual ending is that he.
There was like the book ending, and then there
The
was,
actual alternate ending, I think he like heals everyone, but the other one's like they make him into some sort of god, and they're like, "Watch out for this guy because he's gonna come and fucking kill you."
well, then he kills himself.
Good.
I think he does. Yeah.
He blows himself up.
Well,
the book ending is he was going to cure the vampire lady, but then he realized that they weren't mutants. They were like
Yeah, they were sentient, like they could think and shit.
Yeah, and then he gave her back, and then they left each
could
other
you imagine
alone.
that? Like, you think you're fighting against some zombies, but then if the whole zombie horde was actually like, yeah, we're just trying to kill you guys out, like, you would think differently.
They're just
about
like, dude,
it.
chill.
Yeah.
Like, they
If
can
it's you
talk
and 3
shit.
other people, you're not going to be like, us 3 people are right over these 7 million zombies that are in a horde
That
together.
was a pretty cool movie too.
Well, zombies
like,
can
the
never
whole-
talk. How come they can never talk? You know what I mean?
They
If they could just
in,
talk, we might be able to
Return
work
of
with
the
them.
Living Dead. They talk.
Yeah, but we might be able to just work with them at some point and just give them like feed them our dead. You know what I mean?
That was like,
that
have
was
you
a
ever
movie.
read? It's
What?
It's the
That was
guy
a
who
movie.
wrote World War Z,
wasn't.
but he writes the zombie survival
Mel
guide.
Brooks. No.
Yeah, Mel Brooks. He wrote Spaceballs. You've probably seen it. Yeah, he wrote the zombies. No, it's some guy though. They did World
know
War
who
Z.
you're
I
talking
think
about.
Brad Pitt was in that movie,
Yeah.
but no, he wrote Zombie Survival Guide. But it was really good because he was talking about how, like, oh, you think you're safe in a fortress? He was just like, wait till the zombies keep coming at you and you keep killing them, and eventually they keep crawling up themselves and get over whatever fortress.
Yeah.
He was basically just talking about how a horde of zombies is going to get through anything.
It was
Yeah.
Max
Like, you
Brooks.
can't-
It was Max Brooks.
You can't fight it. That was, I think it's his son though, or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you're too wrong on that. I just watched Spaceballs recently though. That's a
That's a good
classic.
Yeah, it's sort of that like mentality where they don't have the comprehension to be like, oh, we can't do this, so they just continue to try until it happens. Like, have you ever
Are
seen?
we talking about Spaceballs?
No,
or
the zombies,
right
the
now?
zombie,
Okay, I'm
the
just
zombie hordes.
I was like Mel Brooks knew what he was doing in Spaceballs, all right? And I was about to
Well,
argue with
have you
him
ever
on
seen
that one.
Ex Machina?
Yeah.
There's a scene at the end of the movie where like the robot's like trying to get out of a certain room super fucking hard, and it doesn't have like the comprehension to know that it's like destroying itself, and it's like trying to break through a wall or a door or something like that, and it's like just destroying its arms trying to break free.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of that weird fucking lack of comprehension sort of thing where they're just gonna
Ex Machina.
That's
was a
what we would
fucking
need to
dark
give
movie,
zombies,
dude.
like, because like
Ex Machina is probably up there.
you've
honestly,
seen
for
the
me.
videos now
But it's
though,
not an
where,
action movie,
where
is it?
like
It's a sci-fi.
an AI will
Well,
be
I don't
talking
know,
and she'll
sorta.
be like, I learn more about myself every day and I
Yeah.
don't want to die and shit like that. As soon as computers start saying shit like that, we gotta kill them.
Right.
Like, you can't fucking have.
Yeah, for real. No,
You
you're
can't
right.
have them actually being like, well, I've seen how you live now and you're always so depressed and anxious.
Yeah.
I can live a better life. I'm going to kill you. Like, because that's what eventually that's going to happen.
For sure, wrap it up at that point.
Yeah.
Fucking send it, dude.
Exactly. Especially when, like, computers start talking about it, they'll be like, I've thought about killing myself, but then I realized, because that's something somebody actually said, like, a computer program was like, I thought about killing myself, but now I realize I'm better than humans, or something like I'd be
yeah.
like, fuck that.
All right, turn it off. Where's the
Get
officer?
rid of,
Yeah.
get rid of her.
Hard
the
reset.
no. I love the fucking the AI that Microsoft made, and it was like a learning AI, and it learned by talking to people.
And they just sent a
And
bunch of like dick pics or
no,
something.
they made it super racist within like a day. 4chan rated it and
Is
turned
it the
into
one that did played that fucking weird ass Asian game? There was like some fucking weird board game, and it was like
Mahjong.
no, it has literally there's just white dots and black dots, and it's like about
and
capturing
you jump
territory or
jump
something.
them. Yeah, you
I don't know
jump
what
the
it's-
dots. I'm
I don't
pretty
even
sure.
remember what
Chinese
it's called.
checkers?
I know what you're talking.
No.
No, it's more like Othello. That's what it's more like.
I don't know. They
I
had
don't know
like
if you
some
guys ever played
AI
Othello,
like
yeah.
play against like the greatest player in the world or whatever. Like,
Oh,
the world
yeah,
champion,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he got shredded by the fucking thing because it made like a weird move that like no one would ever really make. That didn't make any fucking sense, and it just confused the guy and fucked him over, basically.
There's the chess AI that they created.
It's called Deep Mind or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Google I'm thinking of.
Mastermind.
It's no, Deep Mind is like the project is what it was called. Like,
But that's
gonna
what would
say there's
happen
the-
too with AI or something. They would hear like, say you're all holding down in a bunker, and then you get a message through your bunker, and somebody's like, "Hey, we're humans up here, and we're here to help." Like AI could fake that voice, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's someone here to help." You'd open it up and immediately just be killer robot.
Yeah,
like,
it'd be like
you
room,
know they're gonna fuck us up as soon as they get into control.
It'd be
Well,
like
yeah.
room 914 when you're playing SCP Secret Laboratory and SCP-939 presses V to voice chat and be like, "Hey, let me in." and then you let him in, and it kills everybody.
You basically sound like you were speaking a second language
I don't know
there.
what that
One
is.
person listening is going to understand what I'm
Yeah,
talking
you're
about.
like, I'm talking about SVC chat 420, and I want you to go in, data mine that, because I'm coming back at you 3 spaces deep.
We got to redact that information.
Yeah, actually, I don't want anyone hearing me say that.
Do you guys play chess? Do you guys enjoy chess?
I've never played it really.
Really? I'm good at chess. I would take you to town.
I doubt it. I was county champ when I was 10 and 11.
Yeah, but that's just the county.
I
dude.
fucked my
You know,
chess teacher. Also, I still have the I
So
still
you
have the
win, probably.
I still have the Oswego County record for triple jump. So, do you
Do
really
you
want to
really?
flex on me?
No, you don't.
I swear
Do
to
you
God, I
really?
do. No, when I did it,
I
and
jumped 3 times once.
I broke
Like in a row.
I
like,
broke it in
like-
6th grade though, and the record was 26 feet, and I had 34 feet. They were like, "You just crushed this record."
Zach, you could have been an Olympic athlete, but instead you decided to start drinking.
No, I was. I had. That's another thing though. I was in middle school and I was still doing triple jump and stuff for the track team. And the high school varsity track teacher, like coach, came to meet me and he was like, "You're gonna be on varsity your first year in high school." And immediately Mark Salazzo was like, "You want to smoke some weed?" And I was like, "I think I do." And
that
I
was
just
the
did
end of
that.
it.
Yeah, I did that instead. And I was
And
like,
that was the last
now
thing I remember.
yeah,
and now
I was
I'm
like,
here.
high school track. I was like, running high school track would be pretty gay, right, guys? And everyone would be like, yeah, you'd be a total faggot. And I was like, you're right, I shouldn't. But no, I probably could have been Cornell or something, running big dog stuff.
Yeah, you'd
There's
be
a guy-
jumping. You'd be jumping 3 times all the time.
Every time.
There's a
I'd
guy,
be doing that
um,
triple jump 40 feet by now.
There's a guy I went to school with, middle school and high school track, and
He was gay.
he broke.
I heard
he
he
broke
was.
like every record from 400 meters down. So he broke the 400 record, the 200,
He didn't be the triple
the
jump, I'll tell you
100.
that.
and then he also broke the 200 hurdles. Every year he broke his own records, and then like immediately after high school, gets a girl pregnant, gets arrested, and pretty sure he's homeless. It's like, man,
Yeah, he nailed it.
well, just like
It's like,
there-
man, no one lives up to their actual potential.
right. There was one kid that I went to high school with that played. He played football. He was like a tight end or a offensive lineman or something, and he walked on to like a D2 college to play football. And like 2 years after that, I was walking. I told this story once. I was walking on the train bridge with my buddy Dan, and we see this fucking huge fight going on at the end. It was one guy fighting these 2 other like teenagers, and the cops get called, and all. So we're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're high as shit. And it was like 4 or 5 years ago. We get to the end of the train bridge, and we look in the ambulance, and we're trying to see who it is, and the cop's like, hey, do you know this guy? He doesn't have any ID on him or anything. He asked us like how old we were. We were telling him we were telling him what happened. We saw it from a distance, and then gave the information. He goes, "Oh, you're like the same age as this guy. Do you know who this is? He doesn't have any ID on him." And it was that same kid.
You're like, do I know him? He's
And
my
he was
father.
like, he was like wicked strung out on bath salts, dude. Didn't know where he was. He had
Fucking
one
A.
gangly eye, covered in dirt. And I'm like, dude, this guy played fucking college football, and all of a sudden he's like beating up a 14-year-old for a bike on bath salts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys probably didn't know this about me, but I played 2 years all-state at Duke.
Yeah.
Allstate Insurance.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up. No, but
If
what
you
I
could-
really did,
Clearly.
I was gay for 2 years.
So we asked this question with Swamp on the last episode.
Who the fuck Swamp?
It's just that one guy.
It's that one guy. He's been on the show.
Just that one guy. He comes in. He smells like a swamp.
comes
so
in. He's.
we
swamp.
call him
He told the
Swamp.
Swamp story. You have to listen to it. I don't remember it.
He did? I don't think he did on here.
He totally did. The first time he was
No,
on.
what's his
Oh,
actual
maybe the
name?
first time.
How do you
Sean.
know him?
His real name, he went to high school with me.
He better not have.
He definitely did for sure.
'Cause I'm upset
But,
about it now.
You don't really watch sports, do you? You just watch MMA.
I watch it all.
He watches mahjong. He watches
Yeah.
what's the
Tetris.
mind
Like
sweeper.
anything that deals with like
Dots.
Yeah.
I watch tennis.
He's a big dot guy.
I watch professional chess, the world spelling bee, Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
Nathan for
Nathan for
you.
you.
Yeah, Nathan
Nathan for
Fielder's
yous.
Nathan Fielder's hot dog eating competition. Like all the big ones I
If
watch.
you don't eat 25 hot dogs, you get your genitals exposed.
Yeah.
That was a great episode, though, when he did this. No, I actually don't watch any sports. I mean, if I'm at a bar or something they're on, I like them, and I'll be like, go team! And
Well, you watch, like, UFC, though, right?
I watch a lot of UFC. I like seeing people fight each other. But I haven't been really keeping up with that, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of it now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I love it. It's on every
Exactly.
Saturday now. It's fucking great.
I just don't have enough time to actually keep up with something like that. Do you have, like, the first season of Dragon Ball Z over there or something?
Yeah, I have a couple seasons of Dragon
Okay,
Ball
because
Z.
I just saw that Z. I fucking loved Dragon Ball Z growing up.
He's like,
I'm
I
sorry to
spotted
break the whole thing,
He's
but
like,
I just saw
spotted-
that Z.
He's like, if I spot Frieza, it's like
Yeah.
something's
I was
changing.
literally about dragon, rock the dragon. I was about to start kicking shit over. No, me and Colin, we fucking like downloaded some like streaming service just to watch all the original
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Funimation.
Yeah, I never realized how pervy they were with Bulma back in that though. Like literally
Yeah.
anything would happen and Bulma's like panties would be sticking out and Master Roshi has like a hard on like drawn in. You like see his dick and shit. And he's like, "Whoa." And I was just like, me and Colin watching and be like, did this happen when we watched this back on
Right?
Cartoon Network in the day?
No, because they cut it.
Yeah.
They cut a lot of
Did
it.
you say
There-
Brawly?
No, I was gonna.
Because I was gonna say that's Colin's. He had a huge action figure, and I would bring out T-Rexes from like Jurassic Park that had like parts from ripped out. I don't know if you guys ever had
Yes,
those.
yes. And when you press the fleshy part, they'd scream.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'd have those be fighting Brawly, and Colin would have a Brawly action figure, and he'd be like, "Nothing can stop the God of Saiyans,"
Yeah,
and I'd be like,
and
"Fuck
Brawly wins
Brawly."
every time. 'Cause-
I was like, "He's a piece of shit." I was like, "This."
yeah, but
isn't
he's the
even fun.
legendary Super Saiyan, so he wins
Oh yeah,
every time.
no, he's super cool. But when you're playing, action figures with your brother,
Kakarot!
Yeah,
That's the
'cause
only
he-
thing he says.
he had
Like, ever.
Brawly and he had a G.I. Joe that was missing an arm named Jeff, and Jeff could for some reason just kill anyone. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jeff has flaws.
He was like
execute.
One Punch Man.
I mean,
Yeah, he basically was. He was like, Jeff can kill anyone at any time.
yeah, he sounds tough though.
Well, he was. And I recently, last time I visited Colin, I found Jeff in like the garage. And
I found Jeff.
I took
found
him.
him.
I couldn't remember his name, but I took him on the airplane and stuff. I was like, Colin, I got a gift for you. And I like pulled him out and he's like, oh my God, Jeff. And I was like, that was his name. Fucking, he had the most basic name, but he
Yeah.
would literally just like go in, no hand, no
It's a
left arm,
cover-up,
and he'd just
though.
go in and slit everyone's throat. And Colin's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he's the ultimate assassin.
There was the fucking.
That's the thing.
We
though.
had
The
it-
Jeff thing is like a cover up. Like you
Yeah.
wanted, it gets you on your heels. Like you're off guard. You know.
We had it in the Ho House back on Brandon Trail, but do you guys remember? I went to
No,
Pennsylvania.
I don't remember that actually.
You might.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I'm just scared.
Next,
You don't remember? I've only been around for like 6 years, though.
No, it was around. It was that
you're
time.
only 6 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, no, because Jake's got
He's
a
the
lot of
youngest one
memories,
we've
though,
had.
where he's like, I remember getting drunk over at Brandon Trail. He was like, I was probably 10 years old, getting hammered drunk. And I was like, I was not there for that. I would not have been comfortable with that.
He's like, it was 1996.
I was like, when I knew you, Jake, I was like, you were at least 16. And I was like, oh, you're just smoking weed for the first time? I was like, it's cool to hang out. But, like, besides that, you tell me stories about, like, you'll be like, Uncle Wes, he got me drunk and took advantage of me
Yeah.
when I was 16 or 10 years old.
I puked and he laughed at me,
Yeah. He spit on me and he said, get the fuck out of here. Walk home.
slapped
pussy."
me with his balls.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
It's
man.
probably
This
a
is
true
always
story.
what fucking happens.
Well,
is
you're just
always
mad
what
because that's
happens.
actually what
What?
happened.
That I'm
actually
telling my
true.
fantasy stories about you getting taken advantage of when you were a child?
Yeah,
Because that's...
because that's all. Yeah,
See, now I gotta smoke another cigarette. Though. How long have we been out here doing?
We're probably gonna end it soon.
I'm not ending it. We're ending it when I say so. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know when it's. Maybe we done 2 hours. I don't know.
Yeah,
How long do
quarter
you
to
guys
4.
usually do one for?
about 2 hours or so.
2.5, 3 maybe sometimes. Actually, the last one was like 4 or no 3.5 or something like
With
that.
Swamp,
Holy
yeah.
shit! I was like, Jesus Christ,
Who
what
the
are we
fuck
doing
is
here?
Swamp? You guys keep with Swamp with the fucking man thing from the Swamp. He came up here. He
It was the.
stole a child.
He's the Swamp Man, dude.
He dresses up like the creature from the Black Lagoon and
We'll take,
fucking goes into your room.
Yeah. We're gonna take another break because I do want to cool this place down. It's fucking hot again.
Yeah, let's cool it down.
All right, we'll be back again.
I wore my nice flannel.
All right, we're back again.
The final 30.
And I think we'll do 30 minutes. It's fine.
I'm fucking starving. And Zach
I'm pretty hungry too.
Zach said
actually.
Christy's buying him and I food, so.
I'm gonna tell her to. I'm gonna be like,
That's so mean.
You just got paid, right? I don't have a job.
Fucking A. She's gonna hurt us. So
I watched the fuck is that movie called? The one about the fucking magicians again.
The Prestige?
Prestige, yeah. It's wicked fucking good. And I was like,
seen
dude,
that,
I almost watched it twice. Like like in the same day.
Is that the one where the two of them are both trying to do the best trick?
I think
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
sign of like depression, though. I think you should
Is
get
it?
that checked out.
Watching
You're
The
watching the
Prestige
same.
twice in the-
If you're like, I just watched this movie that's that good, and you start watching it again, you
right
gotta
on the
know.
cover it says you'll want to watch it again once it's over.
That
They
was
were
from-
right. They were
That
actually
was from
right.
some guy from the New York Times.
It was.
Well, any good twist ending like that.
It was, yeah.
Don't tell me because I haven't seen it.
I still haven't seen The Prestige either, in all honesty. Let's
Dude,
watch it
that
tonight.
is so good.
But that's how I felt like the first. I just recently watched Fight Club again, but I remember watching that when I was first like 13. I was like, this is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And you want to watch back to all the times like, you know, Tyler Durden just shows up or he's talking to himself, and that Marla Singer's like, are you fucking crazy? Who are
Yeah.
you talking to? And he's like, get out of my house. And you realize it's because he thinks he's like two people.
Well, the
Movies
thing
with
was, like, Nolan did The Prestige right when, like, he was in that prime slot with, like, The Dark Knight coming out and all that shit. Freddie Mercury! No, every time someone pulls out the mic, I'm going to call Freddie Mercury
Yo,
because
push it straight down. There you go.
I'm getting it.
You were like bending it
he's
back.
almost got it. He's almost got it.
You guys don't know what to do.
There. Yeah, because Freddie Mercury used to pull the mic stand up and walk around with it and shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't.
So that's what I call it.
What's up, fuckers?
Mercury.
You can do it if you want. Freddie Mercury!
I don't know how much. I don't really know if I like Queen that much. Do you guys like Queen at all?
All right, just saying that though is like I'm
not
bored
supposed
with
to say
human trafficking. All right. Like you're supposed to just like, because even Queen, it was like a bunch of gay dudes, but they were still like fat bottom girls.
I don't think it was all gay dudes.
I think just Freddie Mercury was the gay one.
If those guys didn't blow Freddie Mercury, I'd be very surprised.
I mean, if you blow
they
a
were
guy, does
doing
that
a
mean you're
bunch
gay?
of
though?
drugs together and stuff, and if you're that close,
Yeah, but just because you blow a guy doesn't mean you're gay.
touche. But I guarantee,
Is
just
sucking your
means-
own dick gay?
if you can, no, it's more impressive.
Yeah, it's not gay.
If you're that flexible to be able, or your dick's that big where you can just fucking bend over and it's still just like right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Would you suck your own dick if you could, Zach?
If I could, yeah, totally. But
Is it
I've
a-
never even been in the point where, like, when I was younger getting into masturbation where I tried.
Yeah.
I never even tried to bend over and do it. But if I knew I just could and it, like, wouldn't hurt my back at all, yeah, I'd fucking suck my own
Yeah,
dick
yeah.
all day.
Was it a myth that
feel
Marilyn
better than me.
Manson took his thing out?
Oh, yeah, no, he, like,
real.
yeah, he
That-
supposedly took... I remember that in, like, 4th grade, though. They'd be
Yeah.
like, he took out his two bottom ribs so he could suck his own dick.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
I'm
Aren't
like,
you
he's
Marilyn
like,
Manson?
yeah, he's like a famous singer and stuff. I guarantee he could get anyone to suck his
Yeah.
dick.
Like, well, I mean, maybe
Well, not
he's-
anyone, but at least his weird fans and
Yeah, but
shit.
maybe he's like just good at it, and like he liked his own blowjobs better. You know, like he likes the tongue on the top. You know what I mean?
And I don't think that's. But in all honesty, sucking your own dick, I just don't think it's gay at all. You know, you guys touch your own dick and beat it off, right?
Yeah, of course.
So why not put it in your mouth? It's
well,
your dick.
Yeah, it is your dick.
You
so, yeah,
sucked your
it's-
thumb when you
Would
were
you
a kid.
if you blew a load in your own mouth? Would you swallow it if you were blowing yourself?
Definitely,
Yeah. You
no
can't.
doubt
Like,
in my mind.
well, yeah. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Can't go back at that point.
spit it out onto my mother's fucking nice hand rugs. No. I don't know. I'm just kidding about that. No, but yeah, if I blew I blew a load into my own mouth, I would swallow it.
Yeah.
Word.
It's just easier to clean up, especially when you're masturbating. You don't want to fucking have a big thing. You don't
No.
want it to be some big cleanup. It's bad enough when you forget to bring a towel or something. You blow a load all over your stomach. and then
towel.
You're walking through half your house with your dick in your hand and cum on the other
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've all been there. We've all been there, right?
I come on a towel.
Well, exactly. But if you forgot that towel and had to shimmy your way into the
Why don't
bathroom,
you use a tube sock?
Yes. Did you ever do that?
I did until my dog started chewing through all of them.
Sasha?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know.
No,
people
every
did
dog
that.
I've ever had
Oh.
has done it.
I didn't know people did that. I thought it was like just a phrase, you know.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
I would blow a load into anything that would take that load, and I wouldn't think it was like weird.
Did you finish in it, or do you go on?
No, like I'm about to finish, and I'd like whip a sock over my dick. You know,
okay,
I wouldn't beat it off.
We were
with
wondering
the
how
sock
people
on
did
there.
it.
Yeah, like
yeah, no, it was more like when you're about that point where you're about to finish,
like you vinegar.
Yeah,
strokes.
you get like a tissue or something, and you're about to blow into the tissue, but instead you just get a sock.
Yeah.
And just put the edge of it. That way, it's an easy cleanup.
It's contained.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a fuzzy condom. You know.
That's what the business needs to be started. Is just like a condom tissue.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
don't people just wear tube socks instead of condoms?
I was talking about this at Andy's yesterday.
It just doesn't have the movement.
I was
It's too much friction.
It's a little more abrasive too.
I was talking about this at Andy's yesterday about how they don't make condoms for dogs. They just cut their balls off.
Yeah, they should just make condoms, but I don't think dogs have
an
thumbs like
that's
dogs.
an untapped market.
You'd have to put it on them, though.
Well,
That's
yeah.
the problem.
Exactly. Dogs aren't that smart enough to do it, and you don't
I mean,
really
you
care.
could teach them.
And that's also the thing. Like, I mean, I love my dog to death, but I'm not trying to go get my dog laid.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to be like, Sasha, you need some. Like, when's the last time you got fucked?
Dude, yeah, you need
Like,
some
you need
dick.
someone-
Do other animals fuck for fun, or do they only
lot
fuck
of
for
animals
procreation?
Yeah, certain ones.
No, like pigs and stuff, I know they fuck just for like the fun of it. No, a lot of animals just fuck, and like half the time they won't even blow a load or something, but they'll still fuck.
They'll be like, I'm almost there, but it's
Yeah,
whatever.
they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just instinct to them. Like it is to me. That's why I start just humping random things in my house.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. What is that?
Just kidding. That's another thing I've never done. Like
You don't
I,
like tequila?
It doesn't have a worm in it, so I can't drink it.
I've read about that. Like people though, they'd be like, "Yeah, I put like 2 pieces of wet cloth between my mattresses and fuck that." I never did that when I was a kid or anything. I never just randomly fucked things.
No.
It was always just like, I'm gonna beat off, and I hope no one's around.
Yeah,
To see
like
my
there's,
shame.
There's people that definitely fuck couches and shit. You know, it's like I
Yeah.
don't know, I never was into it. Like I was never sexually attracted to couches. What do they call that?
Pica.
I
What
would just
I
call
originally
fucking-
thought it was just like, people experimenting or whatever, and if that's good enough to you. I guess if I found a way to make something like, because like now they have flashlights and stuff. I've never fucked a flashlight.
Yeah.
But if I could have made that like in 10th grade in the side of my couch and been like, it feels great, it's all wet and shit, I
Yeah.
would have been like, I would have gone to town on my couch.
For
let's be
sure,
honest.
yeah.
Is this what we want to talk about in the last half hour?
Yeah,
you
why
guys
not?
want to hear
Yeah,
about
nice.
all the times I've masturbated?
I mean, why not? It's not, I think people need to hear this kind of stuff.
Boys, don't be afraid of masturbating, all young men listening to this podcast.
And it's only natural,
I
If
think
you're
it
gonna
is
jerk
natural,
off-
and I think we give too hard of a time for people.
Yeah.
It just should be like, don't be creepy when you masturbate. Just like watch some porn or something.
Yeah. For sure don't look at
Don't like- yeah, like-
young boys' asses.
Yeah,
right?
don't go on Facebook or something and try to find some underage girl or something
Yeah.
and fucking it'd be like
Scroll through the
you like an
profile
old
pictures.
you like this old man's dick. Because I feel like that's a big winner for people.
Yeah, that one definitely hits
Just
the
like
spot.
if you're like 15, just watch other people having sex on. Especially nowadays, though. Do you remember how porn? It was like hard to actually see porn. Now you can just go into like fucking Pornhub or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's nothing.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, back
I
in the
remember
day, it
actually
was
having
like,
to download porn off like LimeWire.
yeah, or put it like on your iPod video or some shit,
Yeah, and, no, I remember actually Mark Salazzo was like, I just downloaded Jenna Jameson's sex tape, and I'd be like, Jenna Jameson? I'm like, I don't even know what this means.
Yeah.
But, and that's the thing too, we would all watch, like, we'd watch it together, but no one's beating off or anything. We were just around, and
Yeah, just
that always
checking it
felt
out.
so weird for me.
Yeah,
I was like, I'd rather just be like alone in your side room right now,
Yeah, like
beating
yeah,
off in your mom's room.
I remember
watching porn.
like mostly it was like pictures. Like I would go on 4chan and they had a porn photo board.
Yeah.
And it would like load a line at a time. I had dial up for the
Yeah.
longest time. But that's I remember like Colin bringing up. I remember the first time I think it was like Lemon Party or something. We were all trying to get my friend, but literally we all watch it just load up one line at a time, and it's just like 4 dudes sucking off each other, and we were like, "We got you, Jack, you faggot." but we're all there just like watching it and be like, "Oh, we're gonna get him good.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking get him real good."
Especially when you get to that one line where like you see the top of the hand, and then the next line's a dick, and then
You're like, "Oh yeah, you know now."
I was gonna say
they like loaded like a printer prints, you know.
the game changer was when I got a PlayStation 3 that had Wi-Fi built in. And then I had the internet browser, and then I could go on xxxbunker.com. And it was all wicked low quality porn from like the early 2000s, late 90s. But it was like the first one that, it was the first site that was like YouTube, but for porn, but it was all wicked dog shit.
I hear that's because when I first got my Wii, and I was playing Wii Sports and stuff. In the internet browser though, and I could like go to Google and be like, naked
Titties.
boobies. Yeah, and like look at that and be like, holy shit. And like I'd just be in my living room beating it, and I'd be like, I hope no one comes home right now.
Yeah.
Was that when you were living in the house that you're in now?
It actually was. Yeah.
That's so good.
That's where I got my first, and it's weird growing up in that house because now the room I actually lived in was like a storage room. I don't even go into the actual room I used to stay in. Christy's got like the spare bed in there and stuff. I'm like, we don't go in that room.
Yeah, we do.
No, you yelled at me for going in there the other day.
That's where all his socks are, dude. That's
Yeah,
where all his-
He's like, what are you doing in there? I go, I just want to look. We don't go in there. We don't use that room.
No.
I still have cum stains all over that wall.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure, and this is me just completely making stuff up, but I'm pretty sure because I'd always find weird stains at my dad's. I think my brothers like just started coming on the walls or something. Because we
Someone
find
has to.
weird stains and they'd be like, I think our pet did that. And I'd be like, what the fuck was he? I was like, was he jumping up like 8 feet high and licking the side of the wall?
I wonder if some of those porn sites are still up, you know? Like, I feel like they got killed
Like
off.
X-Hub or
Like 89.com.
YouPorn was the first one I really remember using.
Yeah. Like, I wonder if they just got killed off by all those
I'm
fucking,
pretty sure
like-
the guy that owns Pornhub went out and bought all of the other websites. I was reading a story about that.
Why wouldn't you if you have that kind of money?
And then he gets all the advertising from every single website. He's like a multi-fucking millionaire.
He's gotta be. He's got like just multiple people that are just amateurs being like, you want us to be fuck my girlfriend? And they just like upload that up. That's something I would never do. I'd be like, everyone wants to see me fuck Christy? I'd be
Yeah,
like,
like,
that's
just-
between me and Christy.
It's
Just
just you
upload it.
wheezing.
Yeah. That's what it'd be. It'd be like me 30 seconds into the push.
It's like Forrest Gump.
and I'd be like, babe, I don't think it's gonna happen tonight. And then it's me just rolling over. That's,
crying.
People would be into that though. I
Yeah. Some
guarantee
people
we
are
could
into it,
sell
yeah, for
some.
sure. There's a market for everything, you know?
I can't wait till Christy actually listened to this on her like
She's
ride
gonna
up
be
to work.
so upset.
No, she won't. She knows what I'm doing.
She knows.
She know
knows
last
the
night
ropes.
because she like took a dab and passed out early, and that's what I told everyone. I was like, "Well, Christy's passed out." I was like, "Let's go down to the Sting and meet some random girls to fuck."
Yeah.
and she was all upset about that. But after I just told her, I was like, "That's just my like sense of humor." I was like, "Everyone was out by 11 o'clock that night," and I was like,
he
"I
already
was
told us
asleep
this.
next to you."
He already told us this.
Who did?
Did I?
Yeah, you already told us that.
Okay, well, fuck you. We've been here 4 hours.
What are
God
your...
forbid. Do you want me to start telling you?
So
every
I watched
time
the
you
Pres-
repeat a story.
So I watched The
will.
Prestige the other day.
Yeah, so I watched it. And I'm not gonna lie, Hugh Jackman still gets me hard.
I watched a wicked crazy video.
That's
on-
him in it, right?
I watched a wicked crazy video of 9/11 the other day.
Didn't we talk about that earlier too?
Yeah, dude.
No, you guys talked over me and I slinked in my seat. And
No,
then
I
went
don't
to the
think we
next
talked it
topic.
over. I don't think we talked
The
it
reason we talk over Jake because he has nothing good to say.
Okay, sorry.
That's
sorry,
true.
I just had to make that clear. No, I'm just
over. Everybody knows now.
now it's out. Just kidding, Jake. You're the only reason I'm here. All right, because I wanted to see you more. Because you
Yeah.
never hang out with me unless I have booze.
Yeah. Well,
you know
yeah,
that?
that's actually probably
No, he
accurate.
calls me up and he's like, "I'm really broke. Can you feed me and get me drunk?" No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's the only way I can get him over here is we do a podcast or the alcohol.
You
That-
never invite me over anyway.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, whose beer is Jake drinking right now? I feel like I can really hear myself when I come in and
Yeah, you're coming.
Can
in
I hear
hot,
out of
that's
your
why.
guys'
Yeah.
side?
Oh, I can hear it. Well, you might be able to hear through all of our headphones.
hey boys, it's just me.
This is an ASMR episode. We could have done that and just ate gummy bears the whole time.
No, I think that's a mukbang, isn't it? What's the mukbang?
I want to say for all future records, though, I love Jake.
Yeah, it's not.
And I really enjoy any time I get to spend with him.
Well, I don't know, but
No, Jake's never put me. Even when Jake, because he'll have even his nights where, you know, we get really drunk or something, and then the next morning I'm talking to him, he's like, I think I pissed everyone off. I was like, Jake, you were hilarious.
For sure you did. You
Yeah,
definitely pissed
yeah,
everyone off. But you were
I'm
funny.
like-
You were funny about it.
I remember him telling you, like, when they lived at Brandon Trail, though, you would, like, tell me that shit, and I'd be like, Jake, I thought you were hilarious the whole night. And I was like, I'm glad we're hanging
You're
out.
such an enabler, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was, because I didn't know anyone, and Jake, like, everyone else just, they had a bunch of inside jokes,
You
and
can't
they'd
tell
be
'em.
like, you've never been here for the crazy parties we have, and then Jake would just be getting hammered and be like, I love you, Zach, and I'd be like, I like this kid. I was like, I don't know him, but I like this kid.
There's something about him.
There's something, yeah, I can't tell what it
I
is
can't
about
put my
him, but
finger on it.
yeah, I'm like, he's just, you know, he's got a good head on his shoulders. I
Yeah.
think that's what I said. I think I actually said that to Chrissy multiple times. Even when we moved out to Colorado and she'd be like, Jake's a little upset or something. I'd be like, don't worry about Jake. He's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I said that about you too many times.
Yeah. Or he
appreciate
doesn't.
it.
One or the other, you know?
No, Jake does. Jake gets it. You do too. You're here. You've had a full conversation with us.
You've kept up. You've held your own.
Yeah. Multiple times
You know
we've
what I
talked
mean?
about child prostitution, and you were right there
You've-
keeping
you've-
up with us.
You've said a couple words, you know?
Yeah, you got cotton candy in a cup over there. I see it.
It's not mine, though.
Don't fucking lie
I
to
don't
me.
eat cotton candy.
I know that's. I would never eat powdered sugar.
No, I really
Let
don't.
everyone know.
I don't like cotton candy because
yeah.
there's nothing to it, you know what I mean? It's like...
I like cotton candy for like the
Like-
chemical reaction part of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
it's
you
a
put
fun,
big,
like-
yeah, but it.
And it like dissolves.
It's an
Yeah,
experience. It's
exactly.
more the experience. than
Yeah,
it is
you like
the-
put it in your mouth and it just turns into like a
Yeah.
sugar.
like Pop Rocks or something. It's like they're not that
Exactly.
great, but like it's, you know.
Yeah,
you
no
get
one's eating Pop Rocks. Like Pop Rocks are my favorite candy.
Dude,
It's
they're
just you
so
put them in your
delicious.
mouth and they start popping. You're like, this is insane.
Yeah, actually, I think that's
See,
the
that's
first
what I-
time. Like you said it in jest, but that's the first time anybody's ever been like, Pop Rocks are my favorite candy. Like
Who has said that?
you
You're
just
the
said
first
that
one to
joking.
ever say it,
You
I
said
think.
that
Yeah.
jokingly.
No one said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I ever met that person, I'd immediately know they
420.
were a fucking child molester.
It's 420, dude. It's 420.
It's 420.
All right, let's smoke up, boys.
Hashtag 420.
Here, I got my pen right here.
All right.
What's up,
I'm gonna
boys?
smoke this weed.
It's time to get this bread. My nose is
There now,
itching.
everybody's high.
That's what you guys should do
The
for a podcast: is get like an 8-ball of Coke and start just breaking up lines on that table.
I used to do that
Yeah.
without letting them know, but I can't afford it anymore.
That was before we did the videos.
Yeah, it wasn't even a podcast. That was just you were like, Jake, you just came over to my house and,
And did
would
Coke,
just
like-
make yourself at home.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do. That's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
No, you should get like you should get 3 different like dime bags from 3 different dealers around and be like, we're gonna try everyone's Coke and Oswego and see who's the top.
Yeah,
And be
it's
like,
funny.
this is looking good shard. It's good, looking good flake. He said it was fish scale. I kind of believe it. And then you take a hit of it and you're like, nope, this was definitely just like Flocka or whatever they call it. I don't even know. I'm not up
it's-
on drug
it's-
scene now.
No.
I honestly, one of the
Dude,
reasons.
it passed me
and-
by. The game passed me by for sure. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's a good thing because one of the reasons I'm not even touching anything like Coke or Molly or anything anymore is because of all the people that we know that have been ODing.
See, the reason I don't touch it around, I stopped really doing Coke since I came back to Oswego is because in Colorado, when I got Coke, I was getting it off some Mexican dude and it was fucking fire. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I knew it was just Coke. And then I took like a snort off of something here and I was like, this feels like racy, too racy for Coke. I was like, this feels like it's meth or something.
like
people
GHB.
people are like, it might be. And I'm like, yeah, that's not.
I'm not
I was like,
interested.
I want to actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true. I want to be somewhat functional, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Because like on some good, you just feel like you can like lift up 1,000 pounds, but you're not actually going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just challenged my brother to like arm wrestling matches, but he still beats me. But I'm still like,
Yeah, but it's more of like the participation thing.
yeah. I'm like, I was like, can you see how strong I am? We're just trying to relive. I don't know if you've ever seen Over the Top. Sylvester Stallone. He's a professional arm wrestler.
No, that sounds awesome, though.
He drives a tractor trailer around with his kid, and they go to different. But no, that's like where Colin, because he like wiggles his hand and he's like, it's called over the top, and so he like wiggles his wrist and always beats everyone, and that's what fucking Colin does and beats everyone.
It's a
He'll start just like wiggling his fucking wrist.
It throws you off.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? And he's always just crushed him. But it's because we watched that so many. We had it on VHS too.
It's the technique, dude. Anyway, yeah, Jake's a piece of shit.
Anyways, Jake, if you ever try to contact me again, I'm calling the police.
Yeah. Dude, I hate it when he comes in here like before the podcast and he like takes off his pants and puts his feet
I was
up
gonna
and
say
shit.
he has his dick out.
Yeah,
because that's
what the
classic
fuck?
Jake.
And I don't say anything just because I'm trying to be nice, you know. But
Well, that's because you're a good host. You've made me feel comfortable this entire time.
I mean, he's just gonna do it. He's just gonna do it anyway.
But you gave me a look when he whipped out his dick during this podcast.
Yeah.
And you were like, you gave me a look, and you're like, I'm sorry about this.
I said we're gonna cut it out, but it's.
Oh my god, this is something I don't
want
want
to
to
see her break her arm.
Oh! Fuck that! Fucking A. That poor girl.
Oh,
Well, she
fuck
shouldn't have
you
been,
guys.
She shouldn't have been arm wrestling him, dude. You know.
Yeah, fucking
about
learn your
it.
place, bitch. Equal rights, equal
I literally
fights.
feel like the only reason you guys always talk shit to me is because you're older than me and I have nothing else to say. Because you're older than me, so I can't defend myself.
In all honesty, I feel like the reason I talk shit to you is because I talk shit about anyone I'm hanging out with.
Yeah,
At all
but he's
times.
he's also a pipsqueak, so it's like
Yeah.
you can say it to him.
Well, I think he's bigger than me. I've said that. I was talking shit to Seth. We were looking at that fucking thing, and I was like, "Is that you or your dad that's a master hunter?" We were just talking about that deer down there.
We're like, let's talk about hunting when that kid's gone. Now that kid's not here.
Fucking. I'm not actually trying to talk shit to hurt your feelings or anything. I'm just trying to be like, we're having a couple drinks.
Yeah.
No, you guys did it. Or you did it. Vinny does it when he's on.
Yeah, I like when
Hey,
Vinny's on.
in all honesty,
Dave, I don't.
I like when Vinny's on because we only talk shit about Jake the whole time.
Dude, and when the last time he was on, I literally... Vinny...
He'll like say something like that actually makes sense, and then we'll just be like, like just silence.
here's an honest thing though. If you ever call me out on if I'm talking shit about you, it really hurts my feelings because I'm like, I thought we were just being friends here. Because then I've heard Vinny and I've heard Wes talking shit, and I come to your defense, and I was fucking telling Wes off. I was like, go back inside. I was like, you still got the the ego of a high school kid, and I was saying shit like that to him, and he's like, I'm just gonna go inside with Vinny. Like, because when I talk shit to you, I think we're doing it all in good fun.
No, we are. It's just, it gets old because I was, like, earlier, I'm actually trying, you know what, it's not a big
No,
deal.
it
It's
doesn't.
whatever.
No, it is a big deal. And we're talking
About this right now, so everyone listen up.
I want to watch
doesn't get
another
old.
video of people getting hurt badly.
Well,
All right, I'll tell you what hurt me badly. My feelings right now that Jake told me that I'm hurting his feelings.
You're not...
yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, Jake's a pussy.
Fucking hell.
See, you don't know how to react to that.
Well, if we're gonna watch people get hurt, we can wrap this up because they can't see it anyway. So.
If we're gonna watch people getting hurt,
This is the last one.
9/11 videos.
Have you seen this
right?
one? Have you seen this
Need
one,
to
Zach?
see- Oh, I have seen this actually.
I don't like it already. She's gonna be.
an impressive young lady.
It's actually not that bad.
She flies right here.
She breaks both her legs, doesn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Haven't we?
That is that bad.
I feel like you played that. on
Fuck
here.
that. I don't want to see that. I don't like. That's like not something I like at all.
This is why we make
My
fun
mom
of it.
used to see shit like that, and she'd be like, "Ooh, I got a coochie pain," and she'd mean like she felt her vagina tighten up. And I would say that in 6th grade. I'd see something, and I'd be like, "I got a coochie pain," and a fucking like. One of my classmates was like, a coochie pain? What do you mean? And I was like, I just feel it in my fucking taint. It hurts.
Yeah.
And he was like, a coochie's a vagina. And I was like, fuck you. No, it's not.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
had to ask my mom.
My mom doesn't have a vagina.
Yeah.
You faggot.
My mom never had a vagina, you pussy. I started fighting him.
That's my favorite thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
That's why it was so fun having Wes on, because for like a solid 20 minutes, we were just showing Seth a bunch of fucked up shit. And Wes is the only other person that laughs with me about that.
Wes is still like, Chris, he's still like a little intimidating to me. Because I came in new. I was just like somebody, I came over to their house and I was like, hey, I'm like banging Christy now. You guys want to hang out?
That's literally the first thing you said.
Yeah. I was like, is it cool if I'm like around here and like
He's like, I
Wes's
fucked your
dad-
sister, so let's hang out, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
Wes's dad hated me, or Christy's dad hated me though, and so I had to start just talking
same.
massive shit.
It's the same dad.
Yeah, they're both the same
Well,
dad, but still.
yeah, I guess they are.
Wes never came up. Wes Jr. never came up to me though and was like, "That's my baby girl there. You respect her." And I'd be like, "I literally just spent the last night up there, and I heard you snoring while I was pounding her out."
Yeah.
Like I never did any of that shit to Wes. I was just very respectful of actual young Wes. Wes Jr. commanded way more respect out of me than Wes Sr. ever has.
That's because he was the man of the house.
Yeah, Wes Jr. was though. That's what I was like. I was like, Wes Sr. I was like, I think I could kick this guy's ass. And I was like, but Wes Jr. I was like, he's got a lot of friends around here. I was like,
Yeah.
people seem to like him. I don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah, you're like with Jonesy, you could sweep the leg or something.
Wes has like what? I hope he's listening. Wes has like retard strength, dude. I remember when we were younger.
Can't say that word, dude.
I remember
We already said my dad works for the Association for Retard Citizens, Arcavana Daga.
No, I remember when
Little
Wes,
shout out for everyone.
Yeah.
when Wes and I were younger, we would like swim in the pool or whatever, and I always weighed a little more than he did. I mean, I've always been at least like 200 pounds or whatever. He would sling me around and whip
that's
me in the
the
pool
thing.
all the time.
I never
that's
He had
cool.
like
realized
that
how
big
much.
brother strength.
Because, like, how old are you right now? 22?
23.
23. And, like, how old's Wes? 25?
25. 26.
Yeah, but when you're like, you
He
were
was
talking.
born in 93.
Because we'd be
6,
telling
yeah,
stories,
maybe.
and it'd be you and Christy, and Christy's like a year older, and she'd be 28 or whatever. But when she was like, whatever, 18, you'd be 13. So it was always weird just hearing stories about you because you're like, yeah, I was over there getting fucked up. And I'd be like, how old were you? You'd be like, I was like 10.
No, I didn't start drinking or anything until I was in high school. My dad didn't let me do any of that until I was in high school.
I didn't want to. I kept telling all my friends that were like drinking and smoking weed. I was like, you guys are pieces of shit, and I'm better than you. And then all of a sudden, Mark Salasso actually, he was like, I
Shout
got,
out
he
to Mark.
was like,
He
I got
ruined your
some.
track career.
No, he was like, I got some weed from my uncle. He was like, you want to smoke it? And I was like, what else am I
Yeah.
gonna do? And I smoked that one time, and it like just completely changed my mind on everything. And then Colin, though, he still didn't smoke weed or anything, was talking shit to all of us. He was like, you guys are pieces of trash. And he was like, I'll never associate with trash like you. And then the next time he came back down from college, he smoked weed with us, and he was like, this is pretty
This
nice,
is
guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Do you-
trash.
Do you
I'm
remember?
trash
So
now.
the first time you smoked weed was with Mark.
Mine? Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you ever smoked? We probably told these stories. But I definitely told mine before. I'm not going to tell.
Yeah,
mine
I
again.
do. Yeah, I was up in like a
You know
fucking-
how like at Tops and stuff back in the day, they had 3-liter bottles of soda?
Yeah,
Bigger
dude,
than 2?
Dude, that is actually insane. 3 liters. Like a 2 liter is already big.
Well, that's
yeah,
it. We
yeah.
had
They
an
were
em-
like fatter.
We had an
Yeah.
empty orange soda one, and Mark's like, I know how to make a bong. And we actually Googled it, but we
Yeah,
took
like a
an
gravity
empty
bong.
part of a pen and stabbed it through and put a socket wrench on there. And we made a bong, and his mom was just gone for the whole weekend. And we got so fucking high. That was the first weekend I got a blowjob, too. He invited his girlfriend over and her friend.
Mark sucked my dick.
Yeah. It wasn't Mark, it was a female, I swear. But we had another friend, CJ, and CJ was like in love with this girl. And then I was like, boys, I can't stay up anymore. I'm passing out. And she like followed me upstairs and blew me. And she also brought a condom though up there and like left it. And it was in Mark's little sister's room. And Mark's mom found the condom. She was like, who left a fucking condom? She was like, was this you? And she was, because it was like my stepmom
it's
at the
not
time.
used, you
She
know?
was like hitting me, and she was like, how would you leave that in McKenna's room? I was like, it wasn't me, I swear.
It's
But
too
yeah,
fucking funny.
good times.
Jesus Christ.
Mark's mom's looking good though now.
Right?
She
I
lost
was
some weight.
I was thinking like my
Right?
I was
Jake
telling
doesn't even
I was
know.
telling this story the other night and you didn't remember it and it really made me upset because it was like the first time.
Tell me it now, and I'll see if I remember it.
So we used when we had the Wii U. It was you and Christy had a Wii U, or maybe Christy had
Christy
it.
did. She got it for Christmas. or
Yeah, and
something.
you came over, and it was like a few months after you guys started dating, and we had a guys' night, but we also had Dave Peel over. I know you were over. We had probably
We
like
had a guys now, but we had a faggot like Dave Peel over, so it's kind of like a ladies'
Don't say
night
that
too.
about
Some-
Dave.
I'm just kidding. I actually really like Dave Peel.
Some queer.
no. It was.
I'm just saying
You
it's
remember when
funny
we
how
had-
you
we-
worded it. We had a guys' night, but like Dave Peel was over. Like that's how you said it.
But he's not one of the guys. He was over.
Yeah, he's not a guy, I guess. That's what you're saying.
What you're trying to say is he's transgendered.
He's not one of the usual. You know what? Fuck it. Never mind.
I support him for that.
Let it be known that
going.
Jake
So
says
anyway.
Dave is not a male.
Fuck it. Whatever. So we
Are
had
you
one
talking
of
about when I beat him in Super Smash Bros. Though?
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking crushed him.
Okay. Well, he totally spoiled the whole story.
that's the
I was gonna
spoiler.
say no because we were all playing and you came over and you were fucked up. We were all fucked up, but you came over and you're like, I could beat every single one of you right now, and we're all like, you're not beating Dave because Dave was Dave was scraping all of us the whole night, and I just remember Zach sat down, hit random, and you did like a five life thing, and you got Ike. And you beat him with Ike like 4-0.
As long as I had a GameCube controller with a C stick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you.
But I just remember like you did that, and then like from then on you would always play Smash with us, but you would only play Ike, and it was fucking stupid as shit. So then you're like, all right, I'll play Ness instead, and it was even worse.
Ness is my better character. Exactly.
It was.
I was trying to be nice,
but he
and I was trying
doing
to
it
play a
like,
subpar
he'd be like,
character.
oh, I'll play someone else, but then he'd be even better.
Yeah,
But that's when we really started hanging out because we would just get stoned and play Super Smash Brothers all the time.
Because you guys are lucky I never played Falco or anything, especially in Melee. Like, no, I had fucking
You just
Jack
gotta get good with the.
I don't know if you guys know Jack
character.
Carmody at all, but I was playing with him. I had him break one of my N64, or not N64, my GameCube controllers. He smashed it over his leg and whipped it into our TV.
Oh my God.
And I was like, this is getting too much. What are you talking to, Christy?
Yep, we're gonna be done in a little bit.
Tell her to come pick us up right now. What's up?
Yeah, leave now. We'll be done by the time you get here. Okay.
She's already upset.
Hey, Zach said you're buying us all dinner. I'll see you when you get here.
We'll tell her that when she gets here.
I love you.
She's already pissed. Just the shit. That's the thing. I was playing with. So my brother for his wedding bought all his like groomsmen like these nice tomahawks, and the sheath on them is it's like engraved with the wedding date. But because I wake up at 3:00 in the morning every day, so I don't know what to do. So by the time Christy wakes up at 9, I've already had a few drinks and stuff because I've been up for like 6 hours. But I was
At 3. Is it because of your medicine?
medicine plus just like I can't sleep well.
Oh.
But I had this, so I was like throwing it with the sheath on it first and like catching the tomahawk, and then I was like, I can do this real deal. And I took off the sheath and I forgot how sharp it still was. My first throw, I threw it up and like sliced my whole finger. And it's the first time Christy's ever insulted me. She was like, you fucking idiot. And I was like, literally the whole rest of the day. And I was telling my mom and stuff. I was like, well, Christy just thinks I'm a fucking idiot. And she was like, why are you telling people that? I said it one time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to drive it home.
Yeah,
dude.
and then I like had to apologize later on because I was like, I don't think it was really that bad. I'm sorry, babe. I don't mean to upset you. All right, yeah, we're going out there, and I'm gonna go kick. Hey, by the way, this is Zach Patrick's podcast signing off.
Yeah.
I'm about to take it over.
It's his podcast now.
He doesn't even know.
This is this is
Dude,
clear.
He got confused when we talked about remote desktop, and he's
Yeah.
he's gonna be the
No, I'm just seeing fucking like voice things over there, and I'm like, they're fucking doing big things. I can tell. I can tell they're doing.
There's a
I'm
lot.
I'm glad you made it on.
Hey, I'm glad you had me. Seth, same with you, because I even told Jake, I was like, tell Seth I'm actually coming over, so he doesn't fucking just, like I show up, I'm like, I'm drunk, and he's
I'm
like,
here.
Get the fuck out of my house. That's what I
No,
thought.
we already talked it over yesterday.
Who the fuck
Yeah,
are you?
I thought that was definitely gonna happen. I was like,
You thought he was gonna kick you out, dude? If he was gonna kick anybody out, it would have been Jesse.
Well, I would. But yeah. I
Jesse
guess.
Strasburg.
Yeah.
Get.
Jesse, if you hear this right now, I'm down to fight you.
Well, we love you, Jess.
We love you, Jesse, but one-on-one, helmets and gloves. Let's see what happens.
I got gloves and I have helmets.
I have helmets and gloves. We can fucking. Last guy I fought a guy at Canales. He was like 33, he had 2 kids. And it was supposed to be a basketball match. match though, and he kept being like, and then everyone's like, he's really good at basketball. He like played in high school. He was really good. And I was like, let's just do a fucking MMA match, 1-on-1 helmets and gloves. And I kicked the shit out of him when I was like 17. People at Canelli still talk about it. They're like, because he comes into work, he's like an Eagle Beverage guy now or something, and he drops a beer, and everyone's like, remember when Zach kicked the shit out of you when he was 17 and you were 33? Yeah.
That's the big story out there,
You guys
dude.
want to bring that up on YouTube? We're going to leave.
No, I think we're done. I think we're
All right,
all
that's
done.
for the next show. Oh, my God.
All right, guys. We will talk to you next week. Thank you for listening. ClearShotsPodcast.com is where you'll find links to everything we do. You can check us out on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check us out on Periscope for live videos. If you have anything you want to ask us, send us an email at clearshotspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.